locker thing there just so people have stuff to look at while I figure out what the fuck I'm doing. My videos. Live. Are we technically live? I suppose we are. What's going on, people? Live. Okay, well, I hear myself there. I don't need to deal with that. I hear myself there. Don't need to deal with that. Now we copy. All right, ignore that that's happening. And boop. Streaming blind pick tourney today. Scroll at everyone. And then we copy paste just the links, not the at everyone, to all of the discords that exist. By the time we do that, check-ins will be done. And we can get going. For anybody scrolling in and wonders why I'm rambling into the void, rather than the usual countdown I do, so you don't have to hear me doing all this shit, I am using Restream. So we're on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, but Restream, one thing that sucks about it is I can't schedule something ahead of time. I just have to fucking go for it. So here we are. You get to listen to administration. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that exciting? Hey, Cyrus. Hey, Jeremy. What's going on? What's going on? Just copy pasting some links around, telling people that this is happening. If you're ever feeling cold, just go stand in the corner. It's 90 degrees there. That one I've actually heard, and that one's a banger. So do you want to explain why you want to bang frogs? I don't want to bang frogs. Google is just weird. Because I typed in salt shaker because I wanted to put Ikiclaw's head on a salt shaker because I've been salty recently. And literally in like the 5th or 6th result, you can see it in my Bother Human Boy chat of Discord. 5th or 6th result is like 2 frogs, and it's supposed to be the salt and the pepper shaker. But the way the picture's aligned, it's like, they're definitely fucking. Like, definitely. And I go, okay, Google. Weird suggestion. When I just looked up salt shaker. Kind of just wanted a normal salt shaker. Me watching 3 streams at the same time. The words I hear are incomprehensible. Are you watching Rubber Duck in Logic or something? All right. So instead of watching the empty void of nothingness, we can now bring you over to left screen as we do some sorting. I'll refresh one more time. 12 out of 14. Okay. Manage check-ins. You can see something, right? Okay, good. At least it's not horrifically boring. So the only 2 that I haven't checked in are also the 2 with no factions, so I'm going to assume that they're not here today. So process the check-in results. And now before we start, we got to make sure 2 things. No clans fight each other right away, because that's just dumb. And also that the first round matchups are all playable. Averlorn, Blessed Dread, Clan Eshin, Dr. Kokosik being a Chad with sub-factions. But High Elves Mirror at the very start kind of is not great. Dark Elves Mirror after that, followed by Skaven versus Wood Elves. Okay, these 2 definitely can't fight each other. Greenskins versus Skaven is fine. Beastmen versus Dwarves is not great. Chaos versus Greenskins is not great. So Swarv and you need to be broken up. Can you work? High Elves and Greenskins is fine. Dark Elves without Marathi into Beastmen is fine. And Clan Eshin into Chaos is Chaos favored. So I'll put you there for now. That's slightly better. Skaven High Elves is Skaven favored. Dark Elves Dowie is Dowie. Dark Elves favored. And Wood Elves Greenskins is mixed. So that's okay, but we can come back to that. Chaos, Bretonia, Lizardmen. Beastmen, Skaven, Chaos. Not the best, but we'll see. Warriors of Chaos, Dark Elves, Wood Elves. Empire, Dark Elves, Dowie. A lot of Dark Elves today. Okay. Empire, Dark Elves, Dowie. I'm going to put Neckbet down here with Tech Priest because all three of those matchups are good. So this bottom bracket's fine. Now what to do about you? Chaos, Skaven, Brett, Lizardmen. Okay, so Cuden's not a contestant here. What about the High Elves, Wood Elves, Dark Elves guy? High Elves into Chaos is interesting. I actually have no idea who it favors. Wood Elves into Brett, is Brett favored? Lizardmen into Dark Elves, is Dark Elves favored? That's a mix. It's a mix. We could put Phoenix King down here. Where do we leave this? High Elves, Dark Elves, Heralds of Ariel, Skaven, Dwarves, Greenskin. So something needs to change there. Beastmen to High Elves is even-ish. Skaven into Dark Elves is even-ish. Chaos into Wood Elves is interesting. So Pop Palpatine can go up here. And now all the first round matchups aren't terrible. That seems fine. I'm going to randomly just chuck people around over here because we didn't really shuffle them, but, you know, we just wanted to make sure the first round picks weren't garbage. Okay. And that's the best we can do there. So start the tournament. Yes. Everything's fine. Maps are all set. Finals are there. Start. Okay, cool. So I'll let people know that we're good. And find tournament opponent. At here, we are live, go. And I will try to find the Phoenix King and Cyrus. Because whenever their series is done, I need to fight the winner. So it makes sense that I would cast them so that there's no awkward downtime. All right. Lovely. I'll get the game open so you guys can actually look at something though. Restream is weird. Normally I would do all this stuff before I started the stream, but I'm figuring it out. Yes. Okay, cool. Everybody appears to be finding their matchups just fine. Chaos Brett, Lizardmen versus High Elves, Wood Elves, Dark Elves. It's the best we can do. I could. And I will. Cyrus v. Phoenix. Oh, that's a terrible spelling of Phoenix. We fucked up. And host is a spectator. Got it. How's the chat doing? Oh, boy. Chat popped off. I'll check that in a second. Failed to host the game. Let's try that again. I will attempt. Don't you tell me I failed to host the game. What if I say Phoenix won? Will the one make you happy, dear Total War Steam gods? They are the order you listed. No! It only works when I'm not the spectator. Shit! Okay. Cyrus and Phoenix 2. I balanced round 1 off of that. Oh, Steam. You piece of shit. Alright. So where was I in chat? You're also watching Logic, so that makes sense. Chasing Rainbows says, hi. Hi, Chasing Rainbows. Why do you hate the mirror? Papa's going to spank me, though I think you avoided Papa Palpatine. As we've all agreed, the VC mirror is the pinnacle of Total War Warhammer experience. That's fine. Hey all. Hey, Rusty. Give Cuden the hardest. Never! It's Chaos favored. It's discount Wood Elves Warriors of Chaos. Still going to get clapped. Well, can't win them all, I suppose. Alright. Lobby's up. Are the Phoenix King? Phoenix King's my buddy. Is that the right Phoenix King, though? I don't know. Never mind. Alright. So we're trying to find them. You'd think you know what the fuck he's doing by this point. I did my best. Ha! I didn't invite EB Phoenix Kings. Apparently that's not the same one. Rats support rats, I see. Why would you hurt me like that? Gracier, I'm trying to sneak scurry around, but the clap squeak of my ass cheeks is alerting the storm vermin. Ah, yes. That's beautiful. Alright, what map is this shit? Mortis Waste. Got it. MNNOP Mortis Wastes. Back to the software. I need a blocker. The blocker. Oh, and you don't change what your thumbnail is called. It's a random string of numbers. Always enjoyable. So there's no pick and ban phase, because everybody already knows the order they're playing, and these two are playing High Elves versus Chaos for their first round. Pretty good. Pretty good. Hopefully with no lengthy pick and ban phase, we can just rock and roll through everything today. XMT, the Phoenix King. Now, how can we get that to fit inside the box? Let's just cut out the, move the 0 back a little bit, and close enough. Versus P.E. Cyrus. Good. Now, I have not seen High Elves Warriors of Chaos for a long time, so I am very curious how this is going to go. I am guessing there will be some White Lion spam, and by that I mean the infantry with the great axes, not the literal lions or the chariot, because God forbid High Elves name their things differently. Hummus Boy, when is the Dark Elves interview? It's Thursday. It's Thursday morning with Ice Power. Ooh, actually I have seen this. Yes, it's usually Sigvald the Magnificent soloing the entire army because the High Elves are really bad at killing him. So I hope for Cyrus' sake he has Sigvald. Double cannon or riot. Double hell cannon. The Mortis Wastes. A place for things that are dead. And nothing more. The great Egyptian kings could not even make the Mortis Wastes habitable. Though they tried. I don't really know what's happening at this point. I've gone mad from my many long years of warpstone huffing. Ooh, what is that? I want to go see what that is. Looks like a headless man. It is. It is a headless man. Aww. Headless man's gone. Alright, for the Phoenix King, we have a Star Dragon. It's a prince on a Star Dragon. Alright, that's exciting. Mage of Life with Regrowth and Earthblood, probably for her Star Dragon friend. Shadow Warrior, Shadow Warrior, Shadow Warrior, Shadow Warrior, so 5 of them. You have Illyrian Reavers, Dragon Princes, and Illyrian Reavers. So Kite and Cav. A tried and true combo. Riot it is, says Jeremy. Yep, there's no double Hell Cannon here. There's a single Hell Cannon! Alright, for Cyrus, we have Marauder Horsemen, Marauder Horsemasters, Horsemen, Horsemasters, Horsemen. So 4 Horsemen, 2 Horsemasters, 2 Chaos Warhounds, neither of which have poison. Chaos Marauders as the front line along with the Mirror Guard. And 2 Chaos Warriors, Sword and Shield. Well, Axe and Shield, I suppose. Chaos Sorcerer Fire on foot with Fireball and Burning Head. Sigvald the Magnificent! Yes, the only thing you really need to fight the High Elves. And a single Hell Cannon with Chaos Dwarves. Look at them go! Should be interesting. Hubby, give me that juice. Give me that multiplayer content. Sweet, sweet violence. You broke your keyboard, Rusty. Why did you do that? Don't do that. You know better. Early thoughts. I think the High Elves are in for a rough time. They might be able to take care of this Hell Cannon with some Dragon Breaths. But the Hell Cannon's going to do a lot of damage to Dragon Princes. I don't honestly know how the Shadow Warriors perform against Marauder Horsemen Cav, but my thoughts tell me 6 is going to beat 5. And then there's all this infantry to get through. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for the Phoenix King here. We'll see. We will see. Sorry, I had a little drink of water. Shadow Warriors are stalked. So as far as Cyrus can see, it's just all these Cav, but I'm sure he suspects something's up. These Illyrian Reavers are going to have to be careful. 40 armor, but unshielded, so they can take a lot of damage from these little javelins. And Dragon Prince is getting targeted by the Hell Cannon. Very nice from Cyrus. One shot goes into Illyrian Reavers. That's not particularly worth it. Dragon Prince is going to charge some Chaos Marauders. Realizing they are on borrowed time with a Hell Cannon about, they do need to get in some good cycle charging. They are slapping down some Chaos Marauders, and the Prince is diving in, but these Illyrian Reavers are getting messed up by the Mirror Guard and those dogs. So the Prince is going to have to bail them out. Hell Cannon firing in, still into Illyrian Reavers, maybe not the best target. Again, want to get it onto the Dragon Princes. And Shadow Warriors, for the most part, are being ignored right now by Chaos. That might come back to haunt them if that Hell Cannon gets taken out by all these Shadow Warriors. Dogs were terror routing, they're coming back now. Illyrian Reavers still pounding in. Dragon Princes are mostly unharmed, though. That Hell Cannon's going to have to put in some serious work, and a really nice Burning Head coming in. Doing some topical damage to Shadow Warriors. They are spread out a little bit, staying in a staggered formation. Hell Cannon has gone down. The Shadow Warriors were allowed to get too close and, shot at a bunch. These Unbreakable Chaos Dwarves get dove by the Prince, but they didn't really need to be. They're useless at this point. You threw a chair out the window, you promise? Why would you do that? Marauder Horsemen and Marauder Horsemasters could probably run in, maybe even get into melee with these Shadow Warriors at this point. Fireball hits the Prince. Not particularly strong. And he punts the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire across the ground. Sigvald's going to turn and fight him, and he has Slippery. He doesn't have any of his other melee buffs. But he gets a good shot onto the Prince already. Alright. He only has 54 melee defense while he's on his dragon. Sigvald's beating the shit out of him. He is going to pull away. Hives are off to an early lead. Chaos Warriors are about to get rear charged by these Dragon Princes. And what can kill these Dragon Princes? Not the Hell Cannons offline. Not a lot. They have fire resistance, so none of the Fire Mage's stuff is going to do a whole lot of damage to them. Maybe if the Skirmish Cav focus all their fire on the Dragon Princes, they can do good damage over there. Shadow Warriors are largely going to have to be ignored, I think. You don't have a lot that could take them out. Chaos Marauders getting picked off by all this Cav, while Cyrus is just throwing in at the backside. It's not a terrible trade. Just throw your chaff to the wolves while you get some free damage in. I'd probably focus down the Dragon Princes over the Prince at this point, maybe, because there is a regrowth sitting here waiting to heal him up. You can take models off the Dragon Princes and make sure they never come back. But any damage is good damage at this point. This heavy cav is going to be quite hard to deal with. So they don't have any Chaos Warriors with halberds or great weapons. It's all just basic ones. Shadow Warriors have a good amount of ammo left. They're really destroying some of these horsemen. Oof. Looks like the High Elves might be able to pull this out. Sigvald's extending a little bit. He does get charged in the side by the Prince, and one of the two shots hits. Looks like that's taking too long to go off, so it's definitely Regrowth. Regrowth will heal up that Prince. Another Burning Head coming in on the Shadow Warriors, really not doing much damage even though it hits them. Their spread formation is turning out to be rather annoying. I wonder if it's overcasted or regular cast. 6 is going to beat 5. That's math right there. Can't argue with that. True. To me, this matchup favors Chaos quite a bit. The Dowizar carry. Well, they tried to, until they got shot and their Hell Cannon blew up. Sigvald's fighting some Dragon Princes. Good for him. Chaos is running out of stopping power on the field. Sigvald gets dove by the Prince yet again with Deadly Onslaught and that Blade of Bel Karatas. He's going to hopefully land a lot of hits on Sigvald. He does have 92 melee attack to the 60 melee defense of the Dark Prince of Slaanesh. Just another nice hit there. Misses. I don't even know if that was attack animation. Just kind of threw a hissy fit. Ooh, that's another hit. And if Sigvald routs... Ow, that's a big hit. That Prince is tearing apart Sigvald. Ooey owie. Sigvald's going to run, try to regen up a little bit. Chaos Warriors are coming to support him. What's running off there? Lyrian Reavers. Dragon Princes, one of them's getting near its healing cap, so clearly it's gotten some support. Sigvald is going to break. And with all this cab superiority, there's no way he's coming back. Ooh, and he's dead even. And that'll spell the death knell of the Chaos army. Without Sigvald, these Chaos Warriors probably can't drag down these Dragon Princes, and they're just going to get cycle charged into oblivion. That went horrendous, says Cyrus. Breath attack coming in from the Dragon Prince. Takes out some Chaos Warriors. I thought I noticed something, though. I thought the Prince had fire weakness for some reason. Don't know where I saw that. That was kind of weird. Regardless, he's going to dive in, cause a mass rout over there, and I think army losses is coming in hot for Chaos. I wouldn't change too much about the build. If you could, maybe turn some of the Chaos Warriors into halberds just in case of cavalry. But otherwise, I think the Hell Cannon shooting at Dragon Princes might have done more damage in the game. I think they have some fire resist, but still, it would have been pretty good. Sigvald is the right choice of Lord. I agree with that. Maybe Death Magic instead of Fire Magic. Maybe. Dragon Princes and Shadow Warriors trying to carry, though. Prince got a lot of good value. She well played. No, you typed Dowizar carrying after the dead weight of the Hell Cannon was gone. Oh. Rats should have breath attacks just from their lack of hygiene. Fair. So Bretonnia versus Wood Elves on Karak Asgal. Map set. Brett Wood Elves. This does traditionally favor Bretonnia, but it's not unwinnable for the Wood Elves. It's just a little difficult. But we'll see if Phoenix King can overcome. And he usually has pretty off-the-wall builds, so it'll be exciting to see what he brings. I agree chasing rainbows. I was expecting to see some white lions, but instead we had, like, no infantry. Rusty should have brought Beastmen. Never! Beastmen are OP. Yeah. Beastmen are OP. It's an Aryan Reborn? Sure it is, buddy. Did you know that Cathay all day is the official slogan of Warhammer 3? Nah, dude. Cathay is the most boring roster in that whole game. What are you talking about? You on drugs, bro? Cathay is just Empire reskinned. I forget who said that, but I agreed with it. It wasn't me, though. I don't know who to give credit to, but it wasn't me. Cathay, yeah, they feel really underwhelming to me. Ogres are cool. Kislev's cool. I think Nurgle will be cool. Tzeentch isn't really my thing. Slaanesh isn't really my thing. And Khorne, I have mixed feelings about, so meh. Cathay is lame. Slaanesh, mommy, daddy is best. Jeremy, I disagree. It's not my fault that's the official slogan. I don't work for CA. True, though. For Poland, Cathay sounds fun to you. Well, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're not allowed to have opinions on what you think is fun, sir. You are just wrong. That I'm obviously kidding. You're great. You're great. Why do I have notifications? Someone commented, well, I shouldn't say someone, I know their name, Nevermore, commented on one of my videos. I'll give you a comment and a thumbs up so you can be a little bit less upset. I'm always upset. Empire isn't boring, it has meme tanks, but nobody takes the meme tanks. What's your thought on the ogres? Ogres are fun. I hope they end up with a Norska type feel, that they're a very monster heavy faction, but I hope they don't end up in a Norska type game state where they're a very easily countered faction. So I hope they can compensate for their weaknesses while staying thematic. Like, oh, hey, we have all of our characters are large, and you could just build halberdiers and take anti-large arrows and shoot us, and that's going to be the end of the game. And it's like, okay, well, maybe give them some spells that have pretty significant AoE missile resist. Maybe give them some of their monstrous creatures have, like, you know, the scaly skin the Hydras have but sucks, where it's like 15% missile resist and no one gives a shit about it. Maybe like up the ante on their I forget the names for them. The Lore Master of Sotek would know, but it's like Stonehorns or something. They're like crazy rhino yaks. Give them like stone skin and give them like 60% missile resistance just so they don't get shot. Because otherwise the basic plan against the ogres is just going to be, well, I'll take a bunch of bows and spears and win every single game. So that's my thought. I hope they end up being a good faction, not just a meme. Cathay has big balloons. They do have balloons, and those balloons are going to get shot down by my Giselles. I only take memed tanks, but you also take illegal builds. Fair. Don't worry about anti-large and ogres, that'll be fine. Good. Because if they didn't plan for how to deal with anti-large against ogres, I would be shocked, because that's literally the whole faction. Alright, I'll read the rest of that later. For now, we have a game. We have the Glade Lord. It does look like the Glade, because we have the Arrows of Kurnos and Prey of Anathema. What archers do we have? Triple Way Watcher for the Wood Elves. 4 Eternal Guards with Spears. Great Stag Knights, Great Stag Knights, Great Stag Knights. So triple Great Stag Knight, Spellsinger of Life with Earthblood and Dwellers. So triple Great Stag, triple Way Watcher, and then some Chaff Spears. For the Bretonnians, I thought I saw 4 Knights of the Realm. I did indeed. One of them is the ROR Knights of the Lionhearted. We have 1 Battle Pilgrim. Other than that, 2 Battle Pilgrims, 4 Spearmen at Arms, 2 Peasant Mobs, and a bunch of archers. Looks like 5. Pox arrows, fire arrows, regular and pox arrows. Good mix in case of dryads. There are no dryads here, but just in case. We have the Fey Enchantress and double Paladin. Good build. I like it. Pretty standard. Nice, compact, good. No game. Pay attention to your typed words. Okay. Yeah, the window AoE spells will be worse against ogres. That's pretty good. It'll be great to not have Burning Head constantly wreck every faction. Khorne or Tzeentch being the weakest faction? I could see Khorne being weak in multiplayer. Campaign, no idea. The Bretonnians advance. They can't see the Triple Way Watcher, so all they see are these 3 Great Stag Knights and all these spears. I'm pretty sure they can figure out what's up, kind of, but Deepwood Scouts also have stock, so maybe they don't particularly know what's coming their way yet. Don't know. The Triple Way Watcher is quite deadly, but Fey Enchantress doesn't have a lot of healing. The Bretonnian roster is spread out in its damaging assets, so maybe they won't be able to kill all of it. These Knights of the Realm getting a decent dodge. Second half of the volley is going to miss them. Prey of Anothrema on the Fey Enchantress. She has some physical resist, but her Guardian Paladins are leaving her, and oh no. Okay, she takes some damage, not a ton. Some of those arrows missed. Maybe she can cast some healing on herself and get out of this situation. Second volley comes in, does good damage, healing comes down onto her, and she will run away. So Waywatcher's not able to finish the job on them just yet. Knights of the Realm are going to have to pull up and fight the Great Stag Knights pretty soon here. Waywatchers rained in on the Peasant Bowmen, but honestly a lot of those missed because of the last minute pullback by the Peasant Bowmen, which is good. Once those arrows run out, the Wood Elves are going to be in big trouble, so any dodges you can try to get in are very, very good. I keep getting distracted by chat talking about Game 3. Knights of the Lionhearted still getting arrows of Kurnost by Zigledi. Once again, the Great Stag Knights are going to plow in, hit these Spearmen. Take not a lot of damage back. Yeah, they're fine. These archers might be able to take a little bit of a toll on them, but otherwise they're fine, just killing some peasants. Tzeentch with their shields can be pretty powerful. Khorne will be a counter pick. For Poland, doesn't think so, but I don't know what context that is, so I'll just pretend he's agreeing with me. See Khorne having a similar niche to the Warriors of Chaos? Maybe, but they don't have any real ranged assets. Or magic. Spearmen at Arms, still getting charged by Great Stag Knights, having a terrible time, but these peasant archers right behind them are doing okay. The Bretonnian Knights are really taking a back seat. They just don't want to get shot by these Way Watchers. I wouldn't hate for them to come this way and get some charges onto these Spearmen like the Great Stags are doing, but since the Way Watchers are all over here, you're largely safe over here to exploit your Knights. Human boy, says Bob Tresh. Hi. Khorne will be good against the undead factions. I agree. Khorne probably have an advantage against VC with the spell resistance and loving melee. Yeah. Yeah, which is good. I mean, it's good that Khorne would win the melee, potentially, against VC. Who's typing to me? Bob, you liar. I am not fighting you. Uh-oh. What did I do? I messed up the camera. Just bring normal chaos if they are similar, to be honest. Because they have skirmish cav. Yeah, Rusty, that's probably a good take. Bretonnian's pushing out a little bit to chase these spearmen, but the spearmen are just running away. It looks like the cycle charging of the cav continues, but the peasant bowmen are slowly but surely whittling down these Great Stag Knights. Pretty soon the Knights of the Realm will have to pop up here and do some work. Way Watchers have been conserving their ammunition quite nicely while they just let the Great Stag Knights do what they're going to do. And archers are firing in once again. Doing good damage to those heavy Great Stag Knights. It's actually pretty nice. Faye and the Double Paladin are over here. Existing, chilling, vibing. And this has been slow, but pretty even so far, honestly. Especially this huge trade on these Great Stag Knights. That went excellently for the Bretonnians. And now these Great Stag Knights try to charge some archers, but they're actually going to get countercharged by Knights of the Realm. Triple Way Watcher is going to try and bail them out of that tight spot. missing some shots, and largely that was an ineffective volley, but the Knights of the Realm did save these peasant archers. More Earthbloods coming in on these Great Stagnites. That one's even overcasted, dealing some overcast damage to the mage. The Glade Lord is also running low on ammo, and the Great Stagnites are countercharging these Knights of the Realm, who are going to turn around and just take the fight. There are 3 other Knights of the Realm back here that might want to get involved, but Cyrus might be very wary of the Way Watchers. More Peasant Bowmen poking in, and that Great Stagnite unit is almost dead. I mean, they still have 19 models, but very low health, so start losing models pretty quickly unless they get even more healing. Spearmen are fighting random areas. Peasant mobs are going to fight some Eternal Guards, and the Widows are slightly ahead on the balance of power, but those Waywatcher volleys are a big part of that. Waywatchers throw a volley or two at some Peasant Bowmen, and these Knights of the Realm are going to have to countercharge right up here and stop those Great Stagnites. You really got to make them pay for this because they're about to get 2 of your archers. And a couple of them complete the charge, but the Knights of the Realm are going to pull away before completing their countercharge in the Great Stagnites. Great Stagnites over here at about 1/3 health. The ones in the back are very wounded. These guys are about 2/3 health. So a lot of the Wood Elf meat has taken a lot of damage. Fey Enchantress and her double paladins are back here, very healthy. Tons of Wind's magic to use for them. They have not been super involved just yet. Bob Tresh has hype for corn. You can bring your D&D character to life. True. True. You're a very cornate orc, you silly orc person. These Knights of the Realm overextending a little bit to fight these Great Stagnites. They are getting some good damage, though, especially with these Peasant Bowmen. The Peasant Bowmen are doing the work of the gods this game. And it looks like the Glade Lord is going to extend quite far. Maybe these Knights of the Realm could run up and fight her, maybe surround her or something. The Fey Enchantress will want to pull back, and these double paladins will want to go up and fight. We will see. Pravenoth Rama comes in on the Fey Enchantress again. She will want to cast Earthblood on herself so she doesn't die. And all these knights are running in. Yes, they knock the Fey Enchantress out of the way with their own bodies, making that volley from the Waywatchers miss. And they even attack the Glade Lord, kinda. Then they're going to pull out of here. Worried about all this Waywatcher ammo, but it's all missing as they kind of juke around, so that's pretty good. Fey Enchantress should pull back and just heal them up. Great Stagnites still getting shot by Peasant Bowmen, still trying to get around all the Bretonnian chaff. And the Glade Lord got messed up by the double paladin. So if the Fey Enchantress runs away, she's currently standing there taking a lot of fire. Owie, owie, owie. She's quite injured. But as we learned from some of my games recently, if she gets away with like any health at all, she can rally. So as long as she doesn't die here, but those arrows are still raining in. 56 health, 10 health, and she's out of there, and she will rally. She can heal herself right up. That does put the Wood Elves in advantage, and they're even going to cast Dwellers Below on this big blob, but they're going to have to be careful. It will be good, it will hurt a lot of Bretonnians, but it also is hurting their Great Stagnites, and the Wood Elves don't have as much to sacrifice as the Bretonnians do. So that is a good cast for the Wood Elves overall. I do agree with it. It's just, it is painful to see some of your very elite cav go. Now the Wood Elf Lord is pretty much doomed. Alright, she is actually officially dead. Fey Enchantress is routing, but she has health. She hasn't shattered, but she might just rout off the field. -5. -3. Ah, she does rout off the field. That is a big loss for the Bretonnians, as they just lost their Mortis Engine, their caster, and their Lord all in one. Paladin's going to get sniped down by these Waywatchers, who are running a little short on ammunition. So how are we doing across the battlefield for the Bretonnians? There's a big Archer Corps that could maybe be rallied if this Paladin can get a rear charge in the Eternal Guard. Both Lords are dead, so both armies have some leadership issues on the way. Great Stagnites are gone. They're gone entirely. We're down to just these 2 Spearman units and these Waywatchers that are almost out of ammunition. So the Bretonnians aren't out of it yet. It's looking dire, but if all their Peasant Bowmen can rally, and then they can protect it with this Paladin and Spearman and such, they have a shot in this. A huge Waywatcher volley comes in onto the Knights of the Lionhearted. That might rout them off. No, it won't rout them off, but they are very, very injured. This Conclave should really rally soon. All their leaderships are still negative. That's brutal peasant leadership. Because they have plenty of separation from the nearest units, but it looks like they're all just going to be cowards. This Paladin will rally, and maybe his Encourage aura will rally these peasants. Maybe. Nah, it doesn't look like it's going to rally him. And if they don't rally, then this is pretty doomed. Knights Lionhearted hiding in the woods. Back here we have some battle pilgrims, peasant mobs, spearmen at arms with shields, and one of the Way Watchers is officially out of ammo. Paladin's got a dodge. Nice dodge. Very nice dodge from him. Are we sure the players were blind when they picked? Yeah, because I got all the blind picks before. Zero. I got them. I did it on stream. I had all the blind picks in order before the tournament started, and then I set up the first round matchups so nobody had an abysmal start. Right? It was on stream. I have evidence. One Way Watcher still has ammo. It says their ammunition's 2. I'm guessing it's like 1.2. Alright. Paladin has created some separation. These peasant bowmen should really be rallying any second here. There's plenty of separation between them and that Eternal Guard. Knights of the Realm probably want to come up and just charge something just to buy some space here. Or the Paladin. Someone needs to buy some space because these peasant archers are going off the face of the earth here. Way Watchers down to 1 volley left, and a Paladin's running around amongst them just to be annoying. There's no way these peasant bowmen aren't rallying right now. They're so far away from their chase. Ah, 1 rallied. Nice. Does he have pox arrows? No, fire arrows. Well, hopefully that other one will rally. Paladin's running around. He's regrouping with some of his troops. Knights of the Lionhearted are still in the trees. Those guys really ran off the map with positive leadership. All right. All right. Thought you were tank main. I was until Warhammer Fantasy Dating Sim. I want that so bad now. Okay. Okay, that's one opinion. Peasant bowmen gonna run away. They're gonna get shut down very quickly. Other paladins running over here to regroup with the Knights of the Lionhearted. And I am curious what can kill these Eternal Guard. They're pretty healthy. And Way Watchers, they're pretty bad combatants. Not worthless, but pretty bad. Peasant bowmen running away. Tonian's still rallying. And it looks like Cyrus is trying to bait out that last Way Watcher volley. That would appear to be what's going on there. Who is messaging me? What do you want? It is the Heir of Carthage server. Okay. That does not concern me right now. Archers routed again. Way Watchers holding on to that last volley. Jeremy and I witnessed the entire thing. It was a big setup. Demonettes make IS-2 look like a 60s housewife. Alright. Alright. IS-2 is very spooky, but sure. Just do her like that. Bump. 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 It was supposed to cue a Skaven assassin joke, but I have failed. Well. Well. I bet you feel like a real dingus. If only Faye hadn't died. True. If Faye was still here, Bretonia would be quite solid. Heal up those paladins. Mortis engine. You must commit Sudoku? Yeah, you put those numbers in various boxes according to set rules. You do that. Where's that last Way Watcher shot gonna go? Oh, it's coming. And it missed. And it's coming. And it missed. Well, miss is a strong word. Cyrus dodged it. No more arrows. These are the wood elves you get. Wood elves must leave forest. They're standing in forest right now. Okay, he just gave attack orders to leave the forest, so we're fine. Alrighty, we're setting up. So these are 2 Eternal Guard with shields are going to have to carry a lot of the weight. Now we do have Battle Pilgrims, which are decent combatants. Both Paladins are bad at clearing out mass infantry, but they could snipe that Spellsinger pretty nicely. Knights of the Realm charge down, downhill, and take out like half a unit of Way Watchers in one charge. That's pretty good. Taking minimal damage on the escape. Paladin coming in to bail them out. Now they're taking a good helping more of damage. Peasant Mob routes off, but one of the Paladins is coming in for the assassination attempt on the Spellsinger of Life. He immediately slams into a Way Watcher and stops dead because Horse Mass doesn't exist in this game, and it makes me very sad. Single entity Horse Mass. Mass Horse Mass has mass, but not single mass Horse Mass has mass. Army losses almost procced there, it looks like. This Paladin's taking a lot of damage now that he's fully surrounded. These Knights have to do come back and charge him. But he will be breaking, and without him, the balance power goes pretty far in the favor of the Wood Elves. I think army loss is going to happen any second here. As the Knights get in another nice charge. They're taking a little bit more damage. And the Paladin's charging in once more. A stored up Earthblood comes in. And that is going to do it. An honorable battle from the Bretonnians. Faye getting sniped was definitely a huge problem. Otherwise, pretty well played. Cyrus was very, very conservative. Kept all his Knights largely safe. Wasted a lot of the Way Watcher's ammo. It was just that big play with the Fae Enchantress. Doomed him. But his play around the Great Stag Knights was excellent. His dodging was mostly on point. But that's the thing with the Wood Elves. And that's, I mean, I famously hate them. The thing about the Wood Elves is if you screw up once, it feels like the game's just over, and it's tedious. And all your good work goes to naught. Out of the 5 factions for Total War Warhammer 3, which do you say was the weakest and strongest? Tzeentch's strongest, Khorne is the weakest. I would probably agree. I haven't seen much of Slaanesh, though. Ogres don't look all that strong. I didn't watch their pew-pew footage. Alright. I will join Cyrus in the Phoenix King 2 lobby because I am their next opponent. Phoenix King went 2-0. You've seen the most of Cathay, but they look the most boring. Yeah. Balance seems all over the place. We'll probably have a Wild West all over again at launch. It is going to be weird. I'm predicting that everyone will go to Game 3 and be very excited, as they should. But then I think slowly tournaments will drift back to Warhammer 2 until we get all the factions released for Game 3. Because tournaments with like 6 factions are going to get old pretty quickly. Alright. So I'll be facing the Phoenix King. Papa Palpatine has defeated Raced. Has moved on to fight Cuden. Swarv is still fighting Dr. Kokosik. Neckbet's still fighting Artisan Tech Priest. And the bracket proceeds. Can anybody tell... I should probably be in the know, but can anybody tell me what this, like, Teach Me Total War thing is about? That, like, a bunch of YouTubers got signed up and now they're, like, training people or something? I don't really know what that's about. I just know everybody's doing it, and I'm, like, sitting here, twiddling my thumbs, being awkward. Oh, I don't need the blocker. I'm the next guy, so I don't care if you see my army. Alright, so if the Phoenix King stays where he's supposed to stay, he will still be on the left and I'll be on the right. So we'll go protagonist. And it looks like Cyrus and him are having a good chat. Which is not allowed. They must leave so that I can join. And the stream can progress. Teach Me Total War. Oh, there's a lot going on. Total Warhammer 3 release factions are so boring. We really need 4 bare bones chaos factions. I will say it is a little silly that so much of the starting roster is chaos. But, I mean, when you have 4 chaos gods, what are you going to do? Yo. Organized BCA kind of supplement support multiplayer thing. Ogre lead belchers seem bad at targeting flying, maybe low entities too. That's sad. You'd hope they'd be good at them, like the shotgun boys from the Vampire Coast. Alright. Eshin is map Skaven versus High Elves. Because my blind pick order, for anybody who cares, is Skaven, High Elves, and I believe Empire. Empire is my third faction. So we'll have Skaven, High Elves, Empire versus High Elves, Wood Elves, Dark Elves. Wah ha ha ha. I'm a spooky Skaven man. You watched one video on Cathay, although it didn't use a lot of either units. Looks like they struggled. Had to box up super close. And lots of units routed. Teach Me Total War is obtain a freshie, train them for a bit, Pokemon battle with other people. Well, that sounds fun. I didn't get contacted though because I'm obscure. Alright. So what are we doing here? Phoenix King, he said you know my build, and that I do. Let's take Queek. Let's take Queek for the people, for the content. Alright, we'll get him, get an Assassin. For a caster, we'll get a Warlock Engineer. For Howling Warp Gale. And Flensing Ruin. This is already going so well. Rattling Gun. A couple more. Giselles. And we need some mortars. We're out of money. So cut the Rattling Guns because they honestly suck. We already have Queek. We have enough memes for a lifetime. Rattling Guns suck. Get this. Get some boys. Though, do I want spears? Probably not. Basic boys. This is looking very expensive, so we'll cut a couple Giselles. Cut both the Giselles. Screw them. We have a Warp Lightning Cannon and the Teeth Breakers. 2 Poison Wind Mortars. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. What else do we need? Hell Pit Abomination. If he goes Mass Cav like he tends to do, I'll need Rogers, so I'm just gonna get Rogers. Get one of those, cut one of these, get another one of those. 20 gold left, should be enough to chevron you. 1 gold left, yee. Yes, Zero. I will, yes, I would teach Zero how to play Total War. He doesn't know how already. Alright, Slicker Masher. If I remember right, Fanon Chaos wasn't Jade Vamps, Monkey King, Kislev, Cathay, and possibly a Skaven clan confirmed? I haven't heard any of that, sir. I should have been the one to be teacher and teach me Total War. I don't know anything. I'm shitty at this game. Grab Ice Power, Total War, and crash the tournament. Yeah, I could teach Ice Power a couple things about Dark Elves. Malice is the best lord. Lore of Dark is so good if you don't use Soul Stealer. It's just good. Joseph Alfano. Pretty sure they played differently. The rosters all have overlap and little diversity outside their monsters. A Demons of Chaos faction could have functioned fine, in your opinion. I do like the Chaos Gods being separated. I just wish there had been 4 good guys and 4 bad guys, because it's kind of not ideal that it's like Kislev and Cathay versus 4 bad guys, and then your DLC is the Ogres, who are kind of neutral because they've played both roles in the Warhammer Fantasy. And then the other DLC we're talking about is the Chaos Dwarves, which are also bad guys. So it feels like too many bad guys. Zero, you bet that I could teach Ice Power enough to win the tournament? Maybe. Maybe I could. Okay, nice model count. That's fine. Nice model count, by the way. 302. Alright, well, my Poison Wind Mortars aren't going to do very much. Unless he has Shadow Warriors, I guess. We'll deploy that there. Rattling guns there. 1 mortar. 2 mortar. Rat Ogres are going to be carrying a lot of the weight this time, I think. So we'll get our Rat Ogres set up. Queek, you're going to have to be a hero today, my son. Alright. You might be like, Human Boy, why is your assassin so far up, you dumb fuck idiot? Well, dear viewer, that would be because I can. And shut up. No, the real reason is he's out there to look for Shadow Warriors who are stalked. And if he gets caught out by cavalry or something, I have enough firepower that even if they kill my assassin, he's only worth, what, 600 gold? With 2 mortars raining in, rattling guns nearby, it gets zap. I'm going to get more than his value if they blob up on him. So I don't really care if they catch him. I prefer he stay alive, but if they catch him, they will face the wrath of Skaven. Zinj could double as a good faction. Eh. Okay, so we have bolt throwers. He just kept his normal ass build. It didn't change anything. Deselect that, move up. I will keep 1 spearman unit back here just to be slightly annoying, but other than that, I don't care. Okay, bomb them. Can actually take out those, Rat Ogres fall back, so if we can take out those Eagle Claw bolt throwers, we might actually be able to fall back to the, thing. The Warp Lightning Cannon, there we go. I don't know why that was so hard for me. Okay. Doing our best to zone. Doing our best to zone. Shoot that thing. Are you in range? Get in range. Fire! 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 Kill it! Kill it! Oh my god, their dodge animations are so fucking annoying! Look at him dodging. Look at that asshole dodging everything I try to do. Alright, don't get your fucking rebirth. Don't get your rebirth. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, poison wind mortars are unfortunately not really doing too much against that thing. Hey, yes, the Arcane Phoenix died. Hooray. Deal with that. Pin Larry down, please. Fuck. Get back on your cannons and shoot that bitch. Everybody you can, form back up around the warp lightning cannon. Everything else is doomed. Doomed. Hey, they left us alone. Hooray, get some shots off. You're still gonna die. And there's no bailing you out. Try to get a shot off before you die. Other than that, we're just accepting our fate. Do you have anything you can shoot that's worthwhile? Ooh, those Tourney chariots are looking mighty fine. Okay. The gray are over there. Fuck them up. Even with the leadership buff, you guys still broke? You fuckers. Alright. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's bold of you, Lyrian Reavers. Very bold. Pay for your insolence. Right. Back over here. So there's still a lot of us left. Queek is full health. He just has some cav, which is fine. Alright, this is so uninteractive at this point that I can read the chat. Zinch and Slanesh dislike Korn. His faction is so generic and boring and cliche. I do agree with that, chasing rainbows, although I admit Korn is likely to be the one I will have enough skill to play. When the mirrors become too much, you go to a blind pick tourney. Hey, I was just trying to do something different, Smalls. Also, this is the type of shit I'm talking about that's really annoying, where, like, rat ogres are much faster, but the gray are just slipping away because of how model interactions work. But maybe we'll kill them here. Skull Crushers weak. Kind of shame Skull Crushers seem kind of weak. They looked weak in limited gameplay we saw. Yeah, Ogres versus Zinch. We're having so much trouble catching these guys that we're so much faster than because we pick off one and the whole unit is so far away. How are you having this much trouble catching them? My God. Slaves, get up front. Rat ogres, get behind. The gray are long gone because reasons. And we're chilling. Go, rats, go! Go, rats, go! Go, rats, go! Yes, kill those silver helms! Dodging more arrows as best I can. You go there. You hang towards the top of the formation. You guys also make your way to the top of the formation. Let's just go find a target we can fight. Rar. Okay. They might someday possibly break. Rat Ogres, get your charge off. No, they got staggered by dumb chariots. Damn it. Ah, he missed his belly for that. 'Tis a shame. Dump, 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 dump. Oh boy. Alright, at least kill that fucking crew so we can't be flanked anymore. And also give us the in-combat leadership buff. Rat Ogres at least got to see some combat before they get whittled down by the rest of those arrows and they're out. I kind of wanted that to hit the big blob, but hey, he's bringing it back. Ah, the joys of taking anything remotely fun against high elves. Queek can't get to her. Good. Good, good. Balance of Power still thinks I have this somehow, and I don't really get that. Because it's over. And for anybody who wonders why Queek is bad, that's why Queek is bad. He offers nothing. Oh, I should have just taken my normal builds. Alright, that's a lot of chat to go through. Queek didn't do anything. Warlock Engineer did fine. Assassin didn't do anything. I really should have just taken my normal build, but... Yep, that's where we're at. You just took your normal build, you liar. Ogres and Zinch, yada yada, bunch of stuff, Noblars, Skulkers. Move the Blob. I mean, I did move the Blob. Queek's not bad, he's just on the wrong roster. He's pretty bad. Anyway. Next map. Yeah, he's always had the gray. He always has the gray. Alright, I'm high elves into his wood elves. Okay. High elves into his wood elves. Alright. Atharian. Oh yeah, we're doing Atharian. Atharian's great. He's the best character in the whole game. Best. Okay, so we had that. We had fire archers. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. 2, 3, 4 of these. And then what else did I have? I think I had a backup ranger unit just in case, but is there something better we could do with that money? No. No, it's impossible. Get one unit of silver helms. What are silver helms gonna do? They're too slow. They're just gonna get shot by archers and stuff. Oh, I need a mage, duh. Mage of Fire is good if they bring dryads. But I mostly just wanted her to support Altharian with some mana. I can get rid of Soul Quench. Get Fireball instead. Ree! Atharian is a mage, that's true, but I like having fire. I like having fire. To burn away the heretics. Yeah. My build wasn't entirely meme. Queek was a meme. And I should have had a Grey Seer with my Howling Warp Gale rather than a Warlock Engineer. And then also Flensing Ruin was a bit of a meme, but yeah. And then with that money I could have gotten probably some Jezzails over the Rattling Guns. The Rattling Guns did okay against the Phoenix, but as you saw, it just dodged everything. It eventually died, but it took so long to die that it's like, two Giselles could have served this purpose, but they also could have put a lot more pressure on those chariots that ended up being a huge fucking problem. But yeah, I think we all like fire. One of the reasons Queek sucks is because he's designed to be like Sigvald, but then he doesn't perform like Sigvald. His animations are trash, he gets knocked down all the time, and he doesn't have high enough leadership. Altharian's the only elf lord that Gromby likes. Who needs magic? Kazric double Wargore is way stronger. Are Wargores any good, Papa Palpatine, or are you just memeing? If meme didn't fail most of the time, they would be memes anyway. You're right. Eltharion! Oh yeah, I have to give him a point, don't I? Hold on, everybody. He deserves a point. Boop. Okie dokie. He barely outnumbers me. Normally that would concern me, but knowing the Phoenix King, not as much. Probably triple Weight Watcher. So Lothern Sea Guards staggered because we don't want to get pendulumed. Alright, move you back. Put Spearmans in front of them. Staggered because we don't want to get pendulumed. And I'll put the Flame Archers behind the Lothern Sea Guard for now, but if it is triple Weight Watcher, they'll have to move into the center of the formation. Avenge the fallen. Hop, 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 hop. You two, all of you. Lovely. Ready, good luck, have fun. Wargores are honestly underrated. I think if they just had a little bit more tankiness, because their chariots can get sniped pretty easily. Blade Guard with Hagmane tips, okay. And I don't think there are triple Weight Watchers here, because I can see a lot of his model count right now. So, without many archers to stop us, let's go kill Drycha. You guys get inside. Lothern Sea Guard. Repel borders. What up, bro? Fuck you. Bird attack, bird attack, bird attack, bird attack. Bird attack, bird attack, bird attack. Dude, how are you missing so much? Alright, third time's the charm. You got one attack in. So proud of you, dude. There you go. Rain hellfire upon them. Alright, somehow you're surrounded by giant single entities and yet you have taken almost no damage, so we are leaving this place. Ah, your overcast almost killed you. Perfect. Rawr! That was a whiff. Turn around, fight over there. I don't know where you're going, you're supposed to be attacking Drycha. Okay. Punish them. Punish them for trying to save their lord. Altharion, where the fuck are you going? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, nobody takes any damage! I can't put him back in a control group, which is also pretty excellent. So Drycha has taken, like, literally 0 damage from all this, which is exciting. There, she finally took a little bit. Go find me these Waystalkers that are doing so much damage to me. Everything else is going to shit, because Zeltharion and... Like, this one's not even him being a bad lord, it's just really pathetic RNG. Like, sure, he knocked over a character one time, but all the rest is like, why are you charging off into the middle of nowhere when there's no one for you to go fight? What's that about? Okay, go kill that, go kill that. We're pretty fucked, honestly, but we can at least kill some stuff. Holy shit. I love how the Phoenixes keep running past this guy's. Okay. So these Waystalkers are still a thing, huh? Don't you worry, someday we'll kill these insignificant foot heroes. Don't you worry. Someday. Oh, don't you worry! Someday we'll hit them! But human boy, rear charging, yep. Rear charging makes it easier, he said, believing them. There we go, we got one. Okay, Altharion, you are coming back. Bird poop. Redive. You two are coming. Or don't dive. I guess I don't give a shit what you do. Do whatever you want, you stupid bird. Dodge, dodge. Rear charge that. Ah, yes, knock her onto the ground. I'll heal up the Frost Phoenix because it doesn't have a rebirth at all. Someday you will hit something and it'll be glorious. Someday you guys will hit something and it'll be glorious. Holy shit, you killed it. And Altharion lost to Drycha in melee combat when he had a charge bonus and she didn't. Because reasons. Fuck this game sometimes. There wasn't much to micro about my army because it was fucked as soon as I saw his army. He just had better infantry. He was going to walk at me. I can't outrun him. They're faster than me. So they're faster and better at infantry at fighting than me. So it didn't really matter. What did matter was I had SCM advantage, and they didn't do jack fuck all. They just like it was extra frustrating because it wasn't just like, oh, footlord things like they knock him over. It was like, okay, but even when they didn't knock him over, they just missed. So it was the dumbest bullshit. No, Pop Palpatine, you don't have to wait in semis. You can just go for it. Like, okay, look at that shit. His heroes that I immediately routed and spent the whole game routing got as much value as my Lord and my Phoenixes that spent the whole game cycle charging, like, heroes. Like, that just shows you how annoyingly pathetic, for some reason, Altharion is. God, this game pisses me off sometimes. He has 100 armor, but for some reason basic Glade Rider missiles were also just deleting him. That was a little tedious. I suppose he has a lower health pool than most of the Phoenixes. Ugh. Tilting. See ya in semis. On all 3 of my birds? Like, everything missed constantly. With charge bonuses applied. Ugh. Oh my god, Altharian has a charge bonus of 80 and he was that pathetic? That makes it even more alarming that he missed. Yeah, Dredge was kicked around a couple times, but we saw after she stood up, he still missed all the time. Tilting. Elves are dumb. Later. Okay. Who's next? What's going on? I don't give a shit. So Palpatine and Swarv. We can spectate that. Phoenix King moves on to the semifinals. Pugnabone and Artisan Tech Priest are fighting on the bottom. Hello. I would like to say that that's why I like missile builds more, is that they have less RNG than charge-based builds, but then I've played with Iron Drake Trollhammer torpedoes, and I realized that nothing matters. Nothing matters. You can do everything you possibly can to set up your people for success, but if they feel like it, they will fuck you over. I forget who I was fighting, but I had some dwarves with Trollhammer torpedoes that just refused to do anything. I was like, alright, Torx is right in front of you. I set you up, and they're like, you got it, boss! You gonna shoot? No! He's still in your angle of fire. Not gonna shoot! What about now? Let's turn slightly. He's still in the cone! Just fire! Let's turn slightly. Stop fucking turning and just shoot! Let's turn slightly. Oh my god. Alright, the map should be Oakenhammer. Let's turn slightly. Or when I caught that Phoenix in my Rattling gun at pretty much point blank range and they just shuffled it around the net for 20 years. I hate it. I hate it. Even flex tape can't fix that. I changed the names, right? Palpatine, Swarv, good. Second time I almost forgot to hit. Hey, I forgot his name's Jabba the Hutt. I love that name. What a Chad. Aw, I can't check on Swarv's build because I'm not the host. And on the other end, Pugnabone and Artisan are still fighting. Phoenix King is waiting. What do we have here? Palpatine is Beastmen, then Skaven. and then Chaos versus Greenskins Beastmen, then Chaos. So we'll have Greenskins Beastmen, then we'll have Beastmen Skaven, and then a Chaos Mirror to finish it out. Beastmen Skaven's pretty bad, though. So Pop Palpatine's going to have to win this matchup. I mean, have to is a strong word, but likely he's going to have to win this one. And then Swarv has a pretty good advantage going into game 2. So all odds totaled together, we're probably going to get a Chaos Mirror as the deciding factor. Loading. Loading. Alright, we're in. So Pop Palpatine's taking the patented Khazrak One Eye on a Chariot, Wargor on a Chariot, Bray Shaman of Wilds on a Chariot with a Jabberslythe build that he has been promoting in the Discord and the YouTube chat for years. Other than that, we have the Gorog Hooves, Centaurs throwing X's ROR. We have Centaurs mixed with Gore Herds and Ungor Spearman Herds. Now, all these chariots are going to be quite weak to missile fire, though I suppose the Greenskins don't have a lot of missile casters. And indeed, Swarv's Orc Shaman does not have Gaze of Morg. So, the chariots will be safe. You have Orc Boys, Orc Boar Boys, Savage Orcs, Goblins, Orc Boys, Savage Orc Biggins, Goblins, Savage Orc Biggins, the Ragnarok Queen, and Orc Boar Boys. So quite a mix. We have the Death Creepers and other Forest Goblin Spider Riders, and the Night Goblin ROR for Swarv, Ground the Punch, and an Orc Shaman with Here We Go and Brainburster. Interesting build. Trying to think about it. The Ragnarok Queen's going to be a good pick here, because there's only the throwing axes that can really dedicated anti-large take care of her. Other than that, it's going to rely on Khazrak and the Wargor to fight her, or to just surround her with Centaurs and take her out, because their leadership's 65, which is pretty bad. Grom is going to be pretty good if he stays away from Khazrak. Savage Orc Biggins should beat up any of the Beastmen infantry, but they do cost 900, and the most expensive infantry over there is like 550, so I would kind of hope that they would beat them up. So Swarv has the way better infantry corps, a little bit more skirmish, but Pop Palpatine has more heroes, you know, like the Wargor and Khazrak are going to beat up Grom the Paunch most likely. Jabberslythe is a pretty good monster. His infantry corps is lacking, but he has a bunch of Centaurs, so it should be good. I heard one player ready up. And we're off. If his micro is immediate, these Centaurs should get a really nice charge out of these Forest Goblin Spider Rider archers and get a great start to this game. Looks like they're trying to catch him. They have 2 more speed and their charge animation's active, so they should catch him. And they get a little bit of damage there. The rest of the Beastmen are moving in, but these Forest Goblin Spider Riders are taking a lot of damage, and that is very nice for Palpatine. Now we might want to pull away, as now there are Orc Boar Boys and Night Goblin RORs coming, and that is going to be one pretty dead Centaur unit. It is going to try to run away. It is significantly faster. If it routes, it might route straight off the map, but if it doesn't route and they get away, that's good. Other Centaurs also chasing away the other Forest Goblin Spider Rider. Now Khazrak and his heroes corps are stacking on top of each other and all kind of getting in their own ways, trying to fight the Ragnarok Queen, but it looks like they are getting some damage out. With the Apocalyptic Vision down from Khazrak, they're doing very well. Here We Go is popped in this big blob for the Greenskins, and on the other side, it looks like we have a Traderkin upgraded to take out some of these Boar Boys, it looks like. But the Beastmen will have to try to pull out of here. They've done a lot of great damage to the Ragnarok Queen, but now there is a lot of support, and they need to pull out. Khazrak's going to get rear charged by Grom, and he might get taken out early on. He has no regen in his roster at all. And the Centaurs on the far side got distracted from those Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Looks like they tried to charge back in and save the other Centaurs, but were subsequently destroyed. Khazrak's not having a good time versus Grom. He is very much stuck and can't quite get out of here. Wargor is struggling against the Ragnarok Queen. The mage has to charge back in and try to deal with some of that. Jabberslythe is off fighting goblins. and having a good time of it, but, you know, the rest of the battle's not going amazingly for the Beastmen. Their Centaurs have been largely shut down, and their Lord took a lot of damage. He is safe, and now he's running away, but took a lot of damage. Ragnarok Queen's breaking, like we said she probably would, and she should hopefully be chased off by the Beastmen. Where's the Wargore at this point? There he is. Looks like he might be going in for another go, or he could go snipe this Orc Shaman. Jabberslythe jumping into this big area of greenskins. If that's another Traderkin, it is. It might lower their leadership enough that the Jabberslythe's Mortis Engine kicks into effect. Wargore is going to escort off the Ragnarok Queen, and it looks like he got attack orders to go deal with this Shaman. I think that is a good idea, though the Ragnarok Queen might rally. She is going to. All of the Beastman units were too far away. She should rally, so this better be worth it. He needs to annihilate this Orc Shaman for that to have been a worthwhile trade, letting her come back. Because now her summons are back online, and it looks like Kazakh One Eye is even getting caught up by Orc Boar Cavalry and trying to get out of here. Orc Shaman took no damage from the Wargore, so unfortunate. And the Wargore stops Kazakh. So these chariots, man, they have just been getting in each other's way, it looks like. How else are we doing? Greenskin Skirmish Cav's doing okay. A lot of Centaurs are very much shut down, but the Savage Orc Biggins are running out of juice around the battlefield as the Jabberslythe and Brainbursters have been taking care of them. Well, I suppose Brainbursters wouldn't take care of Savage Orc Biggins. I don't know how they've been losing so hard, but they're having a bad time. Wargore and the Brave Shaman of Wilds are trying to take out the Ragnarok Queen, but she is rallying with Here We Go on them and all these spider hatchlings getting 62 melee attack. That'll be quite potent. She is going to rout again. Her health is very low at this point with all these throwing axes coming in. She might never come back. But the Wargore is also very, very low. Kazakh routing off some Orc Boys. Jabberslythe is very healthy at this point in the game. Will be hard for the Greenskins to deal with. They don't have a ton of anti-large killing tools. And the Savage Orc Biggins that could potentially do it are so low, the Jabberslythe's just going to run over them easily. There we go. Brave Shaman of Wild's doing what the Wargore couldn't and taking out the Orc Shaman, getting some good hits instead of knocking him over. Wargore is going to rally on the far side, though he will be attacked in the rear by these little forest spider hatchlings, so he might rout yet again. And where is Kazakh? Kazakh's off in the distance, staying safe, staying away from Grom. That is smart. Brave Shaman of Wilds unfortunately gets caught up by Grom, and it looks like he's even trying to take the fight, which I would not suggest, as Grom is probably going to beat the crap out of him. He's getting a little bit of damage in, but he's going to take a bunch, and you see now he is routing. Jabberslythe is standing around a little confused. Spider hatchlings are tying up the Wargore, who can't seem to push through them. The Ragnarok Queen is safe and clear. She might rally, she might not, but she could be used as like a mobile summoning platform. Kazakh's going to try and get involved with Grom the Paunch, but he doesn't look like he's doing very much damage, and he is getting quite low on health. Jabberslythe does its weird attack animation, pushing Grom the Paunch past Kazakh, and now maybe Kazakh can pull out. Beastmen are ahead on the balance of power at this point, and I tend to agree. I think they should just get Kazakh away from here and not fight with him anymore. Just make sure he stays alive, because if he gets killed by Grom, which looks like he kind of is, but he gets a nice shot on the Grom the Paunch and routs him good. If he had died there, that would have been probably the death knell for the Beastmen in a game that they were winning. Ragnarok Queen finishes running off the battlefield. Grom the Paunch is killed by the Jabberslythe charging him, and that will be the end. And Palpatine will take it with Kazakh and the Jabberslythe. GG. GG, well played. Was the Tempest brought in anticipation of Sisters? Yes. Yes, I brought it so I could catch the Sisters. Kazakh got 1,400 value. Brave Shaman of Wilds got 2,500. Wargore got almost 1,100. Infantry mixed, but some of the Gore herds did okay. Centaurs really struggled. They got some bad engagements. 1,800 on the Grog Hooves, very nice. Jabberslythe 1,200 as a giant terror-causing monster. Grom Punch got 1,700. Orc Shaman almost 6. Other than that, Night Goblin ROR did great. Savage Orc Biggins did okay. They paid for themselves. Orc Boar Cav struggled. Skirmish Cav struggled. And the Ragnarok Queen did get gooned out early. We'll get the blocker up. Throw Pop Palpatine a point. And the next matchup is Beastmen versus Skaven. So Swarv will be on the Beastmen. And Pop Palpatine will on Skaven. Ugh. And this matchup is tough. Very tough. It's one of the big 3 hard ones for Skaven. But in a blind pick tournament, sometimes that's what you get. Sometimes that's what you get. Pugnabone and the Phoenix King are fighting on the bottom. Pugnabone did manage to overcome Artisan Tech Priest. We have some really good semifinalists. Swarv, Pop Palpatine, the Phoenix King, Pugnabone, all really good players. It's good to see. It's good to see. I was worried about this tournament. I think last night when I went to bed, I was at 5 people were signed up, and today we ended up getting 14, so that's quite heartening. Pop Palpatine already has a pretty nutty build behind the blocker. I'm sure you'll all be thrilled. But for now, it stays up. 22 people watching. Huh, that's better than we've done in a while. Better than we've done in a hot minute. Over in Twitch land, we still have one whole viewer, and I can't tell if it's just me. I don't know if Twitch counts me as a viewer or not when I'm on my own account. I don't know. Twitch is weird. Murphalurf has a pretty good community, but everybody else I've seen go over to Twitch has a bit of a struggle really getting viewers. Maybe it's just the game is old. It is nice, though, to have a different channel for when I want to play other games and not bomb my YouTube stuff. Players are trying to finalize their builds. I'm very curious to see how Pop Palpatine is going to perform. Because if it does well, I am going to be shocked. Shocked and appalled. Though he does love the people. You, the people. Wait, is that really? 3, 4, 7. Huh. All right, Swarv's ready up. Phoenix King just sent me a message asking a question, so sounds like they're going to go start their semifinal, and we'll hop over there once we're done with this. Unless we go to Game 3 and they get a quick 2-0, and then we're just done. But, well, not we're just done. Then we'll go to the finals. All right, both players are ready, and Pop Palpatine's build is weird, but at least now he has infantry. At first, he had literally just the Council Guard as infantry, and that was it. And I was very curious how he was going to work on that one. Blocker, come down. So I have no idea what Swarv's build is. I could not view it. Pop Palpatine brought a Grayseer, and judging by his cost, it looked like a foot Grayseer. 2 mutant Rat Ogres, one of which was Morse Katar's Hellion. A bunch of Rat Ogres otherwise, the Council Guard, the purple Avalanche Mortars, the Poison Wind Mortar ROR, that does shock damage rather than damage over time, and then a shit ton of Skaven Slaves. I think I saw an Assassin and a Chieftain and a Bonebreaker too. But we will see when they load in how correct that was. If it's Grayseer on foot, I'm guessing it's a Grayseer of play with the Dreaded 13th and the other summon. But we'll see. I hate my camera does that. Look at this cute little seaside town. Look at them all. Though I am noticing a problem with High Elf architecture. There are no doors. There are no doors to get into this tower. Whoa, camera's really fast. But it must be hard to live there. Yep, Morse Katar's Hellion, bunch of Rat Ogres, Skaven Slaves crossboard except for the Council Guard, Avalanche Mortars, And then, where are you, Gracier? There he is. Yes, he's on foot. And he is Ruin. He has Death Frenzy, Dreaded 13th, and Howling Warp Gale. Very unique build. Very unique. On the other side, it looks like we have a more traditional build from Swarv. 3 Chaos Spawns, Chaos Warhounds, none of which have poisons, the 3 of them. Centaurs with throwing axes, not the ROR. 1 Tuskor Chariot, 2 regular Centaurs. Gore Herds, including Black Horde's Ravagers. Bray Shaman of Wilds with Vile Tide and Bray Scream, and Torox the Brass Bull. It's a variation of a standard Beastman build. No Manticores, which is kind of surprising, but not unheard of. No Archers, which is kind of surprising, but not unheard of. Only 1 Chariot, but it looks like he went for more dogs than I'm used to seeing. But it's a variation. Beastmen have a lot of good builds versus Skaven. So it's good. I like it. This Palpatine build I like conceptually. I don't like as in, like, I like it to win the game. I like it. It's fun. It's neat. I don't think it's going to work, but it's fun and neat. So we'll see how we do. And the traditional Skaven box. This is more of a ring. The traditional Skaven ring. Look at them. Look at how fucking cool this faction is. Any of you filthy lizardman mains out there, elf mains, just take a look at glory. Take a look at true power. And tell me, how is your faction superior? Look at Morskatar's Hellion. Look at this other mutant rat ogre that's not as cool as the Hellion. Look at him go. A fierce monstrosity of rage. Chieftain on a Bonebreaker. A fucking Greyseer hidden in here. Yes! Skaven are so cool, dude. Alright, we're off. These boys are in range, but most of their targets are stalking, so they can't shoot just yet. It's one of the big problems with Poison Wind Mortars, is they can't see a lot of stuff. This Gore Herd did get spotted, because the Ungors are hidden, not the Gores. And they do some good damage. I like the Purple Mortars. Not in this matchup, but I like them in other matchups. Here, I think they're going to run into some issues. Dog's getting a little aggressive from Swarv. Going to fight some Skaven slaves, but it's a little too ambitious here. They are going to get attacked by Rat Ogres. And the dogs attacking before their infantry arrive does seem like a bit of a mistake. Taking a little unnecessary damage there. Centaurs too. Alright. Swarv needs to play this a little more patiently, a little more like Vampire Counts. You want to wait for it to surround, you want to attack all at once instead of faffing about with losing some dog's health. And he does take big damage on the Centaurs with throwing axes, even getting a little bit into the Groghooves, the Blackhorn's Ravagers just by accident. Big pile up on the back, a little clustered. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Dreaded 13th here and just delete all 3 of these units, but it looks like one is not going to be cast just yet. Chieftain on Bonebreaker is going to run over. We can see with just the Skaven Slave and only 1 layer, there's no reinforcements to come from anywhere, and already this front left quadrant has fallen apart. Front right is shortly on its way out as well, and the Council Guard will get torn apart by Chaos Spawn. Though they are Halberd infantry, they take a shitload of damage from Chaos Spawn. I have tried it many a time. Bray Scream comes in, takes out some more units. Rat Ogres and Skaven Slaves routing on the far side. Skaven are already very far behind in the balance of power. As more and more Chaos Spawn run in, all these big monstrous units might be able to do something to Torox, who currently has 0 melee attack due to the Rival High Talisman and Assassin's Trophy, but Torox is especially tanky, and that's kind of the problem. It's not his melee attack, it's his melee defense. Dreaded 13th finally comes down on this big blob we mentioned earlier, kills 2 Chaos Warhounds and the Centaur outright. Terror routes off the Centaur, and now there's a Halberd unit running around. Yay! Torox has barely taken any damage at this point, and now all of his stats are back, and he's about to start slapping. Mutant Rat Ogre's taking a lot of damage, doesn't have any regen or any way to get back. Greyseer of Ruin is still doing well, which is a little surprising considering that he's on foot and easily isolated here. Bray Shaman of Wilds gets attacked by the Assassin, but without the Assassin help against Torox, these double mutant Rat Ogres are struggling actually quite a lot. Chaos Spawn are fighting the Pit Fighters, but it looks like the Greyseer of Ruin has managed to avoid instant death so far. Mutant Rat Ogres fighting Torox, still doing okay. Centaurs are going to come peel off the Assassin. Now when these Stormburn with Halberds fade, so will the Skaven's chances. And we see the Council Guard are very low now. Low on models. Torox has already beaten one of the mutant Rat Ogres off. And now he's fighting a Chieftain and Morskatar's Hellion, though Death Frenzy comes down on Morskatar's Hellion and has excellent melee attack values, and Swarv is going to pull back Tor Express. Well, that's a good idea. Don't really need to take that fight right now. You're winning the slow game. Swarv really needs to rally some of his forces, get them all back together, really push his advantage on the Skaven right now, but it looks like he's being forced to just run with Torox rather than do anything he wants to do. Dogs and Centaurs coming in could peel off these guys with Torox, give them space to breathe, while Chaos Spawn do great work. All around the battlefield, they're still killing some Council Guard. The Assassins now routing. Rat Ogres are routing. Mutant Rat Ogres routing. And we do see Chaos Spawn manage to trap up the Chieftain, and he hates being shredded by Chaos Spawn. I can tell you from experience. Centaur's plowing in, and Torox as well, is going to bring down the fragile Skaven leadership. Somewhere over here, the Assassin's running. Where's the Grey Seer? Grey Seer's running around with a Tuskor Chariot. A single Tuskor Chariot running him down. Alright. Vile Tide versus Storm Vermin instead of Bray Scream. I think it was just on cooldown, because he did use Bray Scream versus the Council Guard. Council Guard got 1,200 value. Mutant Rat Ogres, the normal one got 500, the other one got 750. Rat Ogres themselves didn't get too much. Purple Poison Wind Mortars actually almost paid for themselves in that short amount of time before they were shut down. Chieftain, Assassin, and the Grey Seer didn't get too much. Torox got 1,100 value. I'm imagining the Chaos Spawn got a lot. 1,100, 700, and I guess that one got shut down. Centaurs did fine. Blacklord's Ravagers did okay. Mostly it was just routing off the Skaven force, not really killing it and getting any value. GG, well played. It really is. Alright, last map. Cairn Woods. Chaos Mirror. Now, Pop Palpatine is well known for being a Chaos Specialist, though he has been playing more Beastmen recently. So we'll see if he's still got it. Swarv is also pretty good at Chaos. I haven't seen them play it too much. Swarv I've mostly seen play Greenskins and Beastmen, but he's generally a good player. I haven't seen him really struggle on any faction that much. We will see. J.R. Crows, that's a new name. Hi. How you doing? Welcome to the Filthy Rat Den. We have salt aplenty. I don't know why I've been extra salty recently. I'm trying to figure out if, like... And hear the full sentence before you get all eye-rolly at me. It's hard to tell if I'm actually getting more unlucky than usual, or if I'm just in a bad mood and I'm noticing things more. Because it feels like I've been getting really unlucky in certain matchups, like... But it's hard to tell. And the eye-rolling thing is just like some people like... Some people hear someone mention unlucky and they're just like, oh, this piece of shit. Oh, you know, classic bitchin' gamer. Can't handle it. And I'm like, no, I'm just curious. It's been weird. It's been a weird time. The work slowed down, so I've actually been able to play some more. So I've actually been feeling pretty good about my play recently, which is nice. I am good. I'm good. Work has been shitty, but we're getting through it. Had to go in a lot of nights. That Morgar kill was really funny, Adelmo, you're right. For anybody who doesn't know that reference, I made a video about it, but I was playing Winterwind. We were in a very close game, and Winterwind's Lord was running away from Morgar, and Morgar, like, legitimately, like, 20 meters away melee attacked her. Like, it made no sense. It wasn't a remotely debatable thing. That was pretty funny. Yeah. Nah, work's been shit recently, so I wouldn't be that surprised if I'm just in a bad mood. And then you, like, play some games and you only notice the bad stuff, you know? How it's like... In that Altharian, the Grim game, let's say, like... Maybe the Flamespire Phoenix lands a bunch of hits, but the Frostheart Phoenix misses some, and I'm only paying attention to the Frostheart, and I'm like, ah, see, it fucking missed. Oh, god damn it. But, you never know. You never know. As long as I keep it salt and not toxicity, should be okay. Game 3, the Chaos Mirror match between Palpatine and Swarb. At the bottom of the bracket, the Phoenix King is fighting Pugnabone. No idea how that's going. Skaven, Dwarves, Greenskins versus High Elves, Wood Elves, and Dark Elves. That's a tough set for Pugnabone. If he pulls it out, that's actually going to be kind of nuts. Skaven versus High Elves is even, maybe Skaven favored. Dwarves versus Wood Elves is kind of even depending on who you talk to, but I personally think it's Wood Elf favored, but I hate Wood Elves in general, so of course I'm going to say that. And then Greenskins versus Dark Elves is generally considered to be Greenskins favored, but I seem to do okay in that matchup whenever I play it. But the community consensus would be that Pugnabone's down, because he either has even matchups or unfavored. Though now that I talked through it, it doesn't look that bad. Dark Elves versus Greenskins is winnable. Wood Elves versus Dwarves, some people say it's Dwarf favored, and Skaven versus High Elves. I personally think it's Skaven favored, so. Hello, Ninufi. It's good to see you. Hello. I can be a Salt Lord sometimes. I think a lot of people can. It's just what you do with the salt that determines whether you're a toxic dick or you're fine. How do you play that? Dark Elves versus Greenskins is horrendous for Dark Elves. I've played it on stream a few times and won. I played versus Winterwind, though some people might say like, oh, he had Debiggen, Rogue Idol, and Grimgore, but yeah. Marathi, double Manticore, triple Scourge Runner Chariot, double Caniad Assassin, and then minimal infantry. And you just outskirmish. Oh, and the Raven's Herald. The ROR Flying Reaper Bolt Reaper. The Crossbow Cav. The Flying Crossbow Cav. I really like them because you can opt out of the skirmish fight with them, skirmish with your Scourge Runners, they'll beat up all the Greenskin Cav. Then when all the Greenskin skirmish Cav is dead, you move in the Raven's Heralds and pew-pew their Lord to death. Marathi's also helping with sniping, double Manticore. After their Lord's dead, their leadership sucks, and you can just cycle charge with terror-causing Manticores all day. Defo, the balance shifted to Dark Elves. Are you hyped for Total War Warhammer 3? Yes. Yes, I am. The city battles look cool, and I am actually a pretty big campaign player in most Total War games, and I moved to multiplayer just this game, so I will be excited for campaign to not be boring. But I will focus on this game now. For Papa Palpatine, we have Chosen with great weapons. We have Mirror Guard, 2 Chaos Marauders, 2 more Chaos Marauders in the back. We have the Weird Spawn, Chaos Spawn, that are unbreakable and have armor sundering on their attacks. Kolek Sun Eater, with all of his buffs. A Chaos Sorcerer of Death with Purple Sun and Spirit Leech. Then we have Chaos Warhounds with Poison, protecting 4 Skirmish Cav. It looks like 3 Horsemen and 1 Horse Master. And way off in the woods, we have some more dogs. Alright, Chaos Marauders. Chosen with great weapons, Chaos Marauders. Chosen with great weapons, Chaos Marauders. So double Chosen with great weapons over here. Double Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, Sartorial with Final Trans. Then a couple Marauder Horsemen. And yeah, 4 Marauder Horsemen. Okay, so very heavy metal build from Swarv, as opposed to Palpatine's a little more skirmish-focused build, but also quite heavy metal, just a little wider. As for the magic missiles, ever since Vindictive Glare got nerfed, I haven't felt that terrible about my Manticores getting magic missiled, honestly. But we'll see. I mean, I could face a greenskin player and get wrecked, and then that would change my mind, but so far it's gone okay. Dogs get terror routed off, but it's not a natural route, so it doesn't count against their 3 that they would get before shattering. And they have plenty of health, so they'll be okay. This is a little awkward, though, with his Skirmish Cav getting rear charged by Sartorial. That's a big problem. They are going to terror route off. It looks like the rest of these Skirmish Cav are doing okay. They have some dog support. Maybe they can run away if they need to. I don't think Palpatine wants to take the fight while all this is happening, because, again, there's double Chosen, Chaos Marauders, double Shaggoth. That could probably beat his force, but it looks like he's going to go for it. If I was him, I would just keep taking the skirmish engagement that's going okay for you. So Thoriel's taking some poke, but he's unbreakable, so unless he dies, it doesn't really matter. You wonder how much Tsar will change the meta when he can actually fly? Oh, yeah, that'll be spooky. Chaos Marauders getting messed up by the Mirror Guard and Weird Spawn, but Chosen with great weapons are here to party. But a Purple Sun is going to do a lot of damage to these Chosen. It looks like Swarv's going to run away, but the Purple Sun is going to chase him a little bit there. Hard to tell if that's RNG or the Inticity trick where he shows you how to move the Vortex, but good cast either way. Takes half health off of a Chosen unit. Both the Chaos Marauders for the red team are gone, but now the Chosen are still here, still standing, and the Shaggoth runs in as well. A big final trans comes down, hit both Lord Hero and the ROR units that were on the front line. Dogs are chasing off Swarv's Cav, though, and I do agree with the balance of power that it is currently a little Palpatine favored. His Skirmish Cav is doing great, his dogs are helping win that fight as well, and everything over here is about to break and run. Kolek's fighting a Shaggoth. Palpatine really is a ballsy person. We saw this in his Greenskin versus Beastman's game, too, is that he just doesn't accept winning. He needs to win harder. With Kazarek versus Grom when he could have just hung back, and now it looks like Kolek fighting the Shaggoths 2-on-1 even when the rest of the map's going so well for him. He will pull away after taking a little bit of a beating, decides, fine, I overextended just a little bit. Now his Skirmish Cav have come in, and you can see what I was talking about earlier. His Skirmish Cav did decisively win with all their dog support, and now Palpatine can really pick the engagements he wants. His Skirmish Cav can shoot these Chosen with great weapons and that kind of stuff. But Spirit Leech plus Kolek charging in combo is taking out the Shaggoth. Again, Palpatine playing on the edge of risk here, and just so bold with Kolek. That Shaggoth is shattered, very good for him. I would pull back again because now Kolek is getting hit by this other Shaggoth, and he gets hit by a final trans. That one isn't overcasted, so it maybe won't do that much damage to him, but still. He does turn around and charge back in, staying into the final trans. So Arthuriel's going to get a side attack on him, and this other Shaggoth's fighting him. I really disagree with Kolek staying in this fight, but his Skirmish Cav are cleaning up everything beautifully. So I think this game is well in hand, even if Kolek dies. Because, I mean, look at all this Skirmish Cav. It's just going to run over to that Shaggoth, shoot the shit out of it, and that's going to be GG. Chosen. One Chosen is shattered. The other Chosen breaks a little bit. And these Weird Spawn are probably getting amazing value. Kolek does turn around. He's going to keep fighting this Shaggoth. If he takes another hit, he's probably going to break. But the Shaggoth gets distracted and hits some of the supporting infantry. You hate to see it. And it looks like it's still very distracted. Still hitting all these dogs. And Kolek will get a rear hit. Another one coming in. I liked Swarv's build. It was very fun. Palpatine's build was also pretty fun. Chaos Mirror was cool. Kolek is going to route, and so Thro's even going to get an extra hit on the back here. But it's down to just Arthuriel. I mean, everything else is routing. And he's strong, but he ain't that strong. So Arthuriel is now OP. He will be even more powerful, which is insane. Hopefully they nerf some stuff about him. Kolek rallies with 0 leadership on the edge, and Swarv will concede. That's one of the things about Palpatine that I just don't. I don't like. I don't know what word to say because I don't want it to sound like an insult. Like it's just so different than how I play and how I think about the game. Is that like how I think about the game is if you're winning somewhere, cool. Take as little damage as you can wherever you're not winning. And Palpatine seems to just, like, not give a shit about that. And he's like, if I'm winning over there, I can win over here, too! And just throws Kolek into 2 Dragon Ogre Shaggoths. But, I mean, if it works for him, he's certainly a high-level player. He's won a lot of games in his time, so it must be working for him. Pretty good value spread across the board. His Deathcaster got 1,100 value with mostly that Purple Sun, and the Weird Spawn did pay for themselves. So that's really good. GG, well played. These two will have Indisability and Crumble. If he'll be unbreakable, he will never crumble. What's Instability? Is that some Game 3 thing I'm too Game 2 to understand? Alright, let's see if Pugnabone and Phoenix are at a point we can spectate. Pugnabone and the Phoenix King spectate. 1, 2, 3. Get in there real quick before they start. Yo. It's Undead Crumble, but for demons. Oh. I see. That's neat. Score or just start? Because I know Pugnabone's first faction was Skaven, so... It's either game 1 or post game 1. We waited for you? Those dicks. I think. Now there's an XD, so I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's happening. I'm scared. XMT. Pugnabon. We have an XMT fight. Miscommunication. Well. Rude. Phoenix King's ready. Pugnabone's not. And battle tutorial messaged me. Friday, 2:30, 3 p.m. 2:30 your time? Or my time? Battle tutorial. Does anybody know who that guy is? I checked out his channel. It looks like he has like 400 subs. I had never perused his content before. But he apparently wanted to interview me to talk about being a content creator. So I don't know what he's going to ask me. And I will do my best to answer and be entertaining. It's going to be weird being the interviewee. It's also going to be weird because Thursday we have the interview with Ice Power. Friday I'm going to get interviewed by this battle guy. And then I'm hoping for Tuesday of next week to do the final interview in our interview series, which will be... Because Dark Elves is the last faction. And then as a for fun last interview, I was going to interview, and I asked Grace, so it'd be an interview with Miss Rat. So that would be fun. So the community can ask her questions, and I'm sure there will be no downside to that, and you'll all be very well behaved. Very well behaved. And that'll be fun. And that'll conclude the interview series, and we'll have had an interview with every expert for, well, not every expert, an expert for every faction. All right, for the Phoenix King, we have his... Oh, these aren't the same chariots. These aren't the ones with the missiles. So he has double Ithamar chariot, Mage of Life with regrowth and Earthblood. He has a prince on a fire dragon, and then another fire dragon, so sun dragons. Illyrian Reavers, looks like we have 2 of them, 4 rangers, and double bolt thrower. I would have preferred to fight this build. Something for my Poison Wind to actually Poison Wind. Grace is the human boy yes expert? Sure. I just thought it would be fun to have that as the capstone. I was thinking if she said no, I was just going to fall back on a, well, interview with me and you can ask me whatever dumb questions you want. I'm pretty good at memes. On the side of Pugnabone, we have a very strange build. Rattling guns, rattling guns, rattling guns, rattling guns, rattling guns. 5 rattling guns, 5 Skaven slaves, 4 rat ogres, wolf rats on the far side, 2 warp fire throwers, and a Greyseer of Ruin with the Dreaded 13th. Okay, that is a lot of spells for what he's trying to cast here. Dreaded 13th, Warp Lightning, there, I forgot that for some reason, Howling Warp Gale, and Death Frenzy. It's a Chad build. It's a Chad build. I'm very concerned about it. Though I suppose there are 2 dragons for them to shoot at. There are chariots. Okay, he might be able to pull this off. I am unsure. I don't know. Because, like, on the one hand, I want to be like, 5 Rattling guns bad. But on the other hand, I mean, there are 2 dragons to shoot, there are 2 chariots to shoot. There's only 4 rangers, and they could get killed by warp fire, maybe. There are 4 rat ogres. I think this weird-ass Skaven build might actually do it. We'll see. You lurve the Skaven build, I could learn something from this. Hey! Hey! That's mean. That's not correct. You are not correct. Alright, Cyrus has already begun trolling me. And yeah, we're going. You know what? The Skaven are going to win this. 100%. It is certain. It is known. Go, Skaven, go. Go, Skaven, go. Spread shot from the bolt throwers. Looks like they're shooting at the Rattling guns. Don't know if spread shot always underwhelms me. I would like to ask a high elf player sometime what the proper use of spread shot is, because it just doesn't seem to do as much as single shot. Like, look at the difference. Single shot over here takes that model down to like 1/4 of its HP, and spread shot over here did jack diddly fuck. Now I know he switched to single shot and started firing then, but still, like, look at that damage. Look at that damage. Skaven are advancing. Papa Palpatine saying that deploying behind the force was a mistake. Well, what do you know about it, huh, sir? You're already in finals. Oh, I see. All right, Skaven are advancing. They are now within range with a couple of their things to shoot at some rangers. But here's the problem with Rattling guns. They shoot over the heads of most infantry, which is rather annoying. Where fire throwers, on the other hand, do hit the infantry and do great. Ithmar chariots charge in, get immediately wrecked on that side by Rattling guns. On the other side, 2 Rattling guns are trying to zone off this prince. Now, Rattling guns are good at things that are larger than infantry-sized because they actually hit it, as you saw there with the Ithmar chariots. And they're going to tee off on this Sun Dragon that doesn't have the Phoenix's dodge animation, so it's immediately going to get taken down. Very nice. Rat Ogres are going to get onto those Rangers, do good work there, but the Illyrian Reavers plowed straight through the Skaven Slaves and are going to try to take out these Rattling guns, though they will get quickly surrounded by Wolf Rats. The High Elves are in a very bad spot already, though. You can see the Illyrian Reavers on this side are getting wrecked. Sun Dragon's wrecked. Some of the Rangers are already dead. Ithmar Chariots are having a bad time. And the Howling Warp Gale is going to keep this Prince in place for all these Rattling guns to shoot, if they can, which it looks like the Warp Fire Throwers and Rattling guns are actually getting each other's way right now. Skaven Slaves and Rat Ogres getting rear charged. Rattling guns are getting a little bit of damage in, but not a lot. And it's very Skaven favored right now, though of course with this build, your first salvos you are going to get quite ahead, so it's hard to tell. At this point I would still say it's extremely Skaven favored, even outside of the shock of the first, fight thing. These chariots are going to do some good work, and Rat Ogres, that's a good breath attack right there. If you rear charge here, you'll get rid of these Wolf Rats too, but ooh, a Dreaded 13th coming in, going to kill all these Illyrian Reavers and put halberds back on the field, though it will rout off their own Skaven Slaves, so these chariots could just run away if they wanted to. And that would probably be smart. Warp Fire Throwers trying to finish off the last of these Rangers, as more Rangers and those chariots plow into the back of these Rattling guns. One of the Bolt Throwers has been shut down. The Prince is getting a little close to the Gracier. I wonder if he will take the dive on that one. But most of the Rattling guns have been diminished. Alright. Rat Ogres. Jeremy, I lost the High Elves earlier, and this is the exact same situation. It honestly kind of is. Like, if I had had this Pugnabone build, I could have dealt with his skirmish stuff a lot better. But, like, the thing with builds, and obviously you're being facetious, but for anybody who was actually wondering why you wouldn't do this every time, is because you have to prepare for everything. And this kind of build would lose against, like, a hard cav and infantry rush with no real monsters for you to shoot at or anything. And I think Pugnabone was maybe being a little memey, but also he might have... I mean, they're both XMT. Maybe he knows what Phoenix King likes to do, and he knew that, like, Double Dragon was coming in or something. But it's not over. The High Elves are scrapping back into this game, as we talked about. With a build this heavily focused on, like, weapons teams and such, you're going to get an extreme advantage on your first salvo, but it's when the front lines collide that you're really going to start losing value quickly. And the Double Dragons are trying to get involved, trying to peel off these Rat Ogres from the Mage of Life, who has stand your ground, just keeping her in the fight right now. But there's a net holding both of these giant dragons in place. Some flame coming in on the fire dragon that doesn't have fire resist. Phoenixes do, but flame dragons don't. And the rattling guns are trying to get back online. One of the eagle bolt throwers is going down. Ooh, and the mage routing could be pretty big. And the prince getting tied up here is also pretty bad. Though the rattling guns are getting spooky scared because there's some Illyrian Reavers nearby. And their model count is quite low at the moment as well. And rattling guns suffer huge damage fall off for every model they lose. The prince is trapped up in Rat Ogres, and it looks like he is going to die, and without him this could be tough, though they still do have a full health Sun Dragon over here. Without the prince it'll be tough, but maybe this guy can pull it out. The Skaven weapons teams are largely dealt with. Another breath attack coming in from the dragon. He needs to recharge these Rat Ogres and bail out his Age of Life. Probably. You gotta go charge. Go, go, go. Chariots running around. This is pretty much all the High Elves have left. This is it. It's largely down to these Rat Ogres to kill that dragon. Because nothing else is going to. 7 rattling guns isn't going to do very much. Rangers rallying on the far side. I think if that prince hadn't died there in that big surround, Phoenix King would have a much better chance at this. But without the leadership buff of having a lord on the field, it looks like this Sun Dragon is in fact going to break when he gets charged from all sides by all these Rat Ogres. And the Skaven will do it. That's a bad time. It's a bad time to have 2 dragons, is when there's a million guns aiming at you. I'm being trolled by my chat in the Discord. Prince got 800 value. Life Mage got 400. Land Reavers got 900 and 800. Chariots got 1,400. And one of the Bolt Throwers got a lot. But High Elves definitely need more mass, or width to deal with all this nonsense. From the other side. GG, well played indeed. Second match should be Dwarves versus Wood Elves, if I remember correctly. We'll give XMT Pugnabone 1 point. Map is Summer Song, Wood Elves versus Dwarves. Got it. Should have taken the same build he used against Human Boy. Maybe. Maybe. I still think Pugnabone's build might have beaten that one because the skirmish chariots would have been deleted. But his Phoenixes and Larry were much more dodgy. They would have been harder to shoot for those guns. So. Okay, so 21:05. It's currently 15:05 for me. So Battle Tutorial 6 hours ahead of me. Okay, so it'll be another morning interview. Good. Good, good, good. I have a blocker up, right? Good. Because I was staring at the Wood Elf build and I immediately had to look over. I need water. Alright, BRB. I'm going to grab water. Jeremy, you're in charge of the chat. Jeremy, you're in charge of the chat. Keep him entertained. Keep him happy. BRB. I'm back. Did I miss anything fun? Okay. Good stretch. Alright, folks, this is gonna get weird. Jeremy, what is love? The body's ready. Baby, don't hurt me. IS-2 is your favorite tank? Liar. You're a liar. It's Tiger 1, you know it. I am back. Dudes, where's my board game? Where is it? When did it leave? When did it leave? Hold on, I'll check my emails. My energy bill is ready. Fuck yeah. We love that. We have shipped. When the goods arrive, someone will connect with you. 10 days ago. So 10 days ago, the board games entered the ocean. Oy. So that'll probably be another 2 or 3 weeks before I have 2,000 copies of my board game appear at my door, and then I have to try to sell them to all you people. Though it will suck, because nobody gives a shit about my channel anymore. I'll have to hire others. T-34, Tiger 2, those are good tanks. Those are good tanks. T-34, I believe, unless I'm false, is the one with the pink hair, Jeremy. I think. That's the one I keep giving, like, the sarcastic teenage voice to. For anybody who doesn't know what's going on, Twitch is a scary, scary place. What board game? I made a board game over the course of 40 years and is now coming to fruition. It's called Puppet Masters. I've talked about it on the stream a couple times, but, like, the basic gist is Magic the Gathering, but not, it doesn't constantly siphon money out of you so you can stay relevant. It has a shared draw pool, so even if somebody gets like an expansion to the board game that is unfortunately mathematically better, which I try to design them not to be, but in case they are, both of you are playing with the same stuff. And while we wait for them to load up, that's the back of the box. So, you pick characters that are in the bottom right. They're mages. They have various amounts of health and strings and use strings to control puppets. You have the puppets fight for you. They have special abilities. There are a bunch of different puppets you can control. They have, some of them are like more defensive, some are more attacky, blah, blah, blah. And then you can use money you get from killing other people to buy spells and items. And it's fun. It's a good time. Also, there's a character that looks a lot like Kolak Suneater. He's kind of in the background, so maybe you would like it. I don't know. Regardless, that'll be here soon. Soon, TM. Global supply lines are all sorts of fucked up, so we've had to be quite patient, and thank you all for being patient with me. Because it was supposed to be out by, like, honestly, by now. Logic is currently shelling your book? No, he's not. He's a liar. That's true. I did also have a book. I have a lot of shells in the Total War community. All right, focusing. Pug to Bone. He's going with a rush. So we have Norgolming's Ironbreakers, who I forgot have Vanguard. Other than that, we have 4 miners of blasting charges, 5 Rangers, Bugmans. Can you have 5 Bugmans Rangers? I know you can have 5 Rangers. There's another Ranger, so that's 6 of them. We have 2 Slayers in the back, Dragon back, and otherwise we have a basic Lord and a Flame Cannon. Good Lord. Alright, Dwarves have a ballsy army. For the Wood Elves, we have 4 Glade Guard. War Dancers, it looks like 5 gold chevroned War Dancers and 4 Wildwood Rangers with a Spellweaver of High Magic with Tempest and... Whoa. The Phoenix Wind Spell. What is that one called again? Fiery Convocation and Apotheosis. These are some weird builds. We're in for a party. If the War Dancers don't get wrecked by blasting charges on the advance, I think the Wood Elves will have a pretty good time here. They should be able to just clean up all the way through. But we will see. Alright. Wood Elves are immediately going to pull away with their archers, realizing they're a little outgunned and much closer to their enemy than they thought they would be. And the War Dancers are going to advance. Bugman connects 5. Good. Thank you for checking that for me. I have not seen Bugman's Rangers in such quantities before. These War Dancers are running straight into the jaws of death, and the blasting charges will do good damage to them. Owie. And that was mostly arrows. It wasn't even all the Rangers. And these blasting charges are certainly doing work here. War Dancers are having a very bad time. But once they get into melee, they start to absolutely crush these miners with blasting charges. And that is a large part of the front line. The rest of the dwarves are going to be archers that have to run away. So this could get a little hairy here, as the Wild Rangers are even going to come in. And a Fiery Convocation gets cast onto Pugnabone's Iron Breakers. I wonder, will he stand here in time? He will move slightly away, then he moves back. And he takes massive damage. Holy shit, that was so much damage. Okay, that was huge. Norgum's Ironbreakers get wrecked, but how the rest of this Wood Elf force is also having a terrible day. War Dancers running forward, now they've dealt with those miners, trying to help out. Wild Rangers running over here to fight with the Slayers. Some of the Glade Guard have gotten back online and firing, but it has been very tough for them. War Dancers killing a whole unit of Bugman's Rangers while getting shot by other Bugman's Rangers. And can the Wood Elves clutch this back? It looks like Pugnabone really likes builds where he goes very far ahead on the balance of power very early and then struggles in the late game. So we'll see if, again, he is so far ahead he can clutch it out. Bugman's Rangers are fighting back decently, though. With 38 melee defense, they're doing okay. Ooh, and the Spellweaver of High Magic gets a little trapped up here, and the basic Dwarf Lord is punching her in the back of the head quite heavily. More blasting charges coming in on the Wood Elf Infantry, and they are very swiftly falling far behind. I don't see them pulling this out. Brutal stuff. Pugnabone with some of the unorthodox but apparently effective builds today. Very nice. I honestly thought the War Dancers, especially being triple gold chevron, would do a lot more damage when they got onto the Bugman's Rangers, but seeing them, like, they traded up for sure, but not quickly enough that they were getting shot the whole time. What Ausführung is she? I don't remember what that word means. My German classes were a very long time ago. War Dancers got murdered. Wildwood Rangers unfortunately did as well, and Glade Guard were firing, but the game ended. Blasting Charges did fine. Slayers did okay. Norgum's Ironbreakers got 1,000 value even after getting nuked. Bugman's Rangers all did quite well considering how short the game was, and the Flame Cannon did well. GG, well played. On to finals. And Phoenix King, as we were leaving, said my meme is stronger. I would agree. He did have good... He had good meme energy. Alright, Palpatine, Pug. Let's get this underway. I'm looking for Jabber the Hutt and Pugnabone. Help me, chat. Help me with your delay. By the time you see it, I'll be 45 minutes in the future, and there will be nothing you can do to help me. Pugnabone. Got him. Got him. Where's Jabber the Hutt? I know we're buddies. I know we're buddies, Palpatine. Damn it. Where are you hiding? Unless you're hiding offline, in which case you wouldn't appear on this list. I suppose I could just type. I could use my keys. DBD. Blackthorn Park Map Stormrunner. Wait, Palpatine, we're really not friends? Did you cut me? Did you cut me off? Gosh darn it. Alright, I'll find my opponent. At Pug, at Papa, Papa Rappa, lobby up, password 123. I think it's, what did I call it? Finals or something? Finals, baby. Or something similar. I honestly forgot already. Yeah, Pug's here. He found it. How can another tank beat this? I don't know. Probably by shooting it. It looks like its rear armor is pretty bad, so. Hit it with the rear armor. Hey, he's here! This is the only map for all 3 games. Have fun. Altar of Ultimate Darkness. Forever! Okay. Getting serious. Jokes. Map. Set now. GLHF. Alright, Pug the Bone, as Papa Palpatine himself said in chat, does have an uphill battle ahead of him, as he has 2 counter matchups in a row. He has Skaven versus Beastman, and then he has his Dwarves versus Palpatine's Skaven. But, that is unfortunately the nature of blind pick, and he's gonna do great. He's gonna do great. I believe in him. I am curious if he's gonna take. Ooh, I like this. Oh, he switched it, but I liked that other one too. Okay, all right. So these are some builds. They're close to what I have for this matchup. So, I mean, I'm not the best player in the world, but at least I recognize these things. So it looks like Pugnabone's played this before. Dwarves where? Dwarves will be in game 2, Kelgar. Pugnabone's... Well, actually, wait, Kelgar, you shush. We literally just finished a dwarf game, you silly man. So dwarves are just here, and Pugnabone's second pick is going to be dwarves. So you'll get your dwarves in game 2. JR Crows. Wait, no, best tank is the Russian KV-2, aka the Russian Death Fridge. No, dude, the best tank is the American Sherman, because it was so good, and it had no technical issues. It didn't massively underperform. Its armor was not way too thin. It was not too high of a profile. Didn't struggle getting through mud. None of those things are true. It was the perfect tank. Oh, that was a bad tank. That was a really bad tank. Uh-oh. Oh, I recognize that tank now. Okay. That's funny. It's from Girls in Panzer, isn't it? I see. I'm getting memed on by anime. I see. Pug's thinking. He's doing some big thinking. Curious what Papa Palpatine's gonna bring. It's the exact same tank as my PP was. Don't you talk... Oh, profile picture. Never mind that other thing. Pug's thinking, rethinking, rechecking. Okay. So he's going with Stormvermin Sword and Shield, which my immediate thought is if they're a Chaos Spawn, he's fucked. Stormvermin Sword and Board are really bad against Chaos Spawn. They don't have ITP or cause fear or anything, so the fear debuff actually applies to them. Their leadership's already pretty bad, and then they lose in combat versus the Chaos Bond, so their leadership actually goes down surprisingly quickly. Then if you have Poison Wind in any form, Poison Winding your own Storm Vermin with Halberds also, I mean Storm Vermin in general, makes them weak, so I've tried this. I've tried Storm Vermin, I've tried Triple Gold Chevron Storm Vermin before in the Beastman matchup, and it's good if they bring normal infantry, it's bad if they bring Chaos Spawn. She had some good opinions, right, Human Boy? Did Phoenix King lose? Yes, Phoenix King did lose. Unfortunately. Though the other side of that is to say Pugnabone won, which is a positive thing. But he gave it a good go. No, Lemon Rus, good tank because the Emperor approves. For the Empire. Game 1, Skaven versus Beastman. I saw the gist of the Skaven army, but I don't remember how many of everything there was. So let's see. We have 5 Skaven Slaves, Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, 1 Eshin Triad, not the Arwar, triple Storm Vermin Sword and Shield, 3 Wolf Rats, all with poison, 3 Rat Ogres, 2 Assassins, both with Assassin's Trophy and Rival Hide Talisman, and a Grey Seer of Plague, with the Dreaded 13th Summon and the basic Clan Rat Summon. On the other side for Palpatine, we have Double Gorgon. Okay. Double Gorgon, Malagor Dark Omen with Pendulum, Enfeebling Foe, and Doom and Darkness, the -16 leadership. We do have the Grog Hooves, the Arawar Centaurs with throwing axes. We have Centaurs and Dogs on the far side, more Centaurs and Dogs on the near side, and the infantry corps, we have 4 Ungor Spearmen and 1 Gore Herd. So Double Gorgon. I will be shocked if this looks good. And that would make me even more sad that this matchup is unplayable for Skaven if Double Gorgon is good here, because my immediate thought is no, they're not. Eshin Triads should get good value. Rat Ogres should be able to surround them pretty well. Double Assassin will reduce their melee stats to next to nothing for a good long while. Now that being said, there's not a ton of Daka here, or firepower. Like, there's no rattling guns to take them out, or Jezzails or anything, so I guess while I'm not super scared of the Double Gorgon, also looking at this build, there's nothing the Gorgon should be scared of, so maybe they'll be just fine. I'll be very curious to see how that goes. Lemon Rust the person, Lemon Rust the tank, though. Lemon Rust the person is greater than Lemon Rust the tank. Gotcha. I think these triple Storm Vermin are gonna do next to nothing. I mean, they'll trade really well versus this chaff, but the chaff isn't what we're talking about, is it? We're talking about these Double Gorgons and the fact that their lord brought a frickin' leadership debuff thing. That's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. The Skaven advance. They have absolutely no range to protect, no poison wind or otherwise. So Pugnabone opting into a full melee build. Double Gorgon are swaggering in. Spinny. Wee, Spinny. You got 4 kills. 5. Fighting some Skaven slaves, doing pretty good. They don't really do great splash attacks, so Gorgons aren't going to kill a lot of the infantry here. Grog Hooves getting routed off here by these Wolf Rats with poison, but they're immediately going to run into Spearmen. And that's kind of weird. They just walked right out, but there they go. They're taking some damage. Probably even rout because their leadership's so abysmal. They're coming back home. Gorgon's going back in for another shot at this. Eshin Triads are waiting, though, and this Gorgon's going to have a bad time if he stays there for too long. His armor's down to 25 because of the Eshin Triads. But with the Gore Herd charging in as well, these Storm Vermin are already taking a bit of damage. Double Assassin charging in on that Gorgon. The other Gorgon has to either come in and bail him out, or he needs to be pathed out of here. Looks like a Pendulum's going to try to take out these Storm Vermin, doing really good damage. But Unholy Clamor does keep them in the fight. On the backfield, Wolf Rats and Rat Ogres peeling off some of the Beastmen troops. Though these Centaurs will real charge the Wolf Rats, and everything will be okie dokie over there. Dreaded 13th coming in for the Skaven. It's going to blow up some Ungor Spearmen. I don't know about that, because what are the Halberds going to do after that point? Probably should have cast it somewhere near one of the Gorgons so that at least the Halberds could after that walk over and kill the Gorgon. One of the Gorgons gets onto the Grey Seer. That is a very, very bad thing for the Grey Seer. Though, an interaction I have honestly never had the pleasure of knowing is that a Grey Seer's melee attack pushes the Gorgon so far back that he's out of melee range and it can walk away. Very weird. That is a very weird thing that happens. But Gorgon gets back on him. Its amazing anti-large and armor-piercing values will mean he will destroy this Grey Seer if he is left on top of it. Grey Seer casts a Scorch from his bound bell to help out the summoned Stormvermin with halberds and finish off the Greasemen infantry. Yes, so the Greasemen infantry, as we mentioned, are getting wrecked, but that's not at all what we care about. The double Gorgon's still running around, very strong, very healthy. Grey Seer is at half health, though this Gorgon is actually a little caught up, but he can just force path right on out of here. Groghooves are doing okay, Centaurs are doing okay, fighting some Skaven slaves, dogs are doing alright. But the Beastmen are falling a little bit behind on the balance of power. Now the Gorgons might be fighting Rat Ogres, because it's the only thing that can stop them from walking where they please. And they need some Malagor support. They either need Enfeebling Foes, Doom and Darkness, or something. I don't know if the Pendulums were the right decision. Because killing some elite Skaven infantry is fine, but that's not what you care about. Another Pendulum coming in. Again, I disagree. It does some good damage, which is fine, but you got to get these Assassins off your Gorgons. That's the big problem, not Stormvermin. Do basic Gorgons have regen in melee? Yes, they do. So they are regenning a little bit. Is that a Rival Hide or Doom and Darkness coming in? Okay. I don't know what that debuff is, but it's there. Ah, it is the Rival Hide Talisman. Yes, so now these Gorgons are suffering in their melee attack department. Groghooves and more dogs are coming in. Some of the Beastmen forces are rallying to come back and help the Gorgons. And the double Assassin plus Rat Ogres are bouncing out to attack Malagor. But the Groghooves are going to get throwing axes onto the Grey Seer, and he overcasts to hurt himself with the Unholy Clamor, which I always think is worth it, keeping the leadership of these units up. This could be really bad for Malagor or for the Grey Seer. Honestly, it could be bad for either of them, depending on who dies here. If Malagor can path out probably this way, he could be okay, and if the Grey Seer gets killed by his throwing axes, that will be tragic. The Gorgons are still doing okay in the fight, fighting all these Rat Ogres. Leadership's getting low around here. Maybe an overcasted Doom and Darkness could rout off this entire force. Malagor did get back into the sky. He is safe. Who is not safe is this Grey Seer, who also cast his Bound Scorch, which also unfortunately overcast and hurt him a little bit more. I will tell you my thought about Warhammer 3 between the next game, because this one is currently a little too busy to do that. Grey Seer routes Malagor, or these Centaurs should probably escort him off, but these Centaurs might actually break if they keep following him too far. Double Gorgon getting attacked by the Assassins again. I do think that was a common mistake to make, that Pugnabone made, but I do think it was a mistake. Taking the Assassins away from the Gorgons, because they're doing great work on the Gorgons, to go try to pin down Malagor, I just don't think that was worth it. Centaurs are going to take out the Grey Seer, and without him, you'll see the leadership of the Skaven army just start tanking around the board. These Assassins are going to start terror routing, and the Gorgons will probably stand triumphant here. I would be shocked if the Stormvermin Sword and Boards got their value back. But it was a close game. Now, shit-talking aside, it was a close game. Both these Gorgons are quite damaged. Even one of them, their leadership's getting pretty low. Malagor's doing fine, but he's a Flying Lord. He largely escapes most things. But other than that, it's like the Groghooves, and that's it for the Beastmen, so... It was anything but a blowout. That was a close battle. Well played. Okay. One Gorgon is dying, says Hank Cyrus. That must have been earlier. By the way, Human Boy, what are your thoughts about Warhammer 3? It should be fun. Should be good. I'm excited for the campaign. I'm nervous for the multiplayer. It will be cool to have new battle types, capture point and that kind of stuff, but I'm really nervous that the starting of the multiplayer scene is going to be a bit of a wet noodle, because we'll have too few factions and they might be horribly imbalanced. That's just me. But we'll see. I think the campaign's going to be tight, though. I 100% think the campaign's going to be awesome from the get-go. It's just the multiplayer's, touch and go. But that's not always the worst thing, because you could play campaign until you get bored of it, and by then, hopefully the multiplayer will be fixed. For the Skaven, Double Assassin got their value back. Grey Seer actually did pretty well. Rat Ogres did okay. Wolf Rats did okay. But the Stormvermin Sword and Shield just didn't quite pay for themselves. Malagor got good value. I don't know how much he costs, though, so I don't know if that was worth it, but he was caster. He did caster stuff. Centaurs all did well. Dogs, not as much. And the Double Gorgon didn't get a lot of value. Well, one of them did, but overall it was a struggle. Woody Chopper from Mercy, boop, beep, boop. Beeping your boops, consent not needed. Ah, hey, Nurgle, Fabrizio. Who are these people? There's a whole bunch of new people in chat today. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't trust it. Map. 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 Valley of Thieves. Map set. Godspeed, you dwarvish chads. Get the blocker back up. But yeah, a bunch of new people today. I haven't seen your faces around. Why? I mean, I'm happy to have you here, but what brought you here? The Panzer streams seem to have picked up viewers. The Fate Weaver has commanded you. You've been hosted by Mercy the Mad. He sends greetings. Who is Mercy the Mad? I must look into this person, now that they have sent me people. Mercy the Mad. Mercy the Mad. 10,000 subscribers. How does this person know who I am? Malekith. Okay, so it's another Total War creator. Kill all elves. I like this guy. All right. All right, Mercy the Mad. He has a nice beard. I can confirm that. He is the campaign guy Logic is training for multiplayer. Oh. I see. He doesn't, but Logic does. Okay. Okay, I see. Yeah, that was going to be really random, though, if some 10K subscriber guy just goes, you, 300 subscriber random tournament host, take these people. If you search YouTube for people that are streaming Total Warhammer 2, he found you and chucked us over when he ended his own stream. Nice. Well, welcome. We do competitive online stuff, usually tournaments with a bit of a twist, so you see some different stuff. Mercy said I had a good voice. Nice. And this tournament is why there's a blindfolded lady in front of you. It's a blind pick tournament, so you pick your 3 before you even enter the tournament. And that way there's no pick and ban system and whatnot, because our multiplayer scene can sometimes get a little stale with the same picks and bans every time. A lot of beastmen. So, yes. Multiplayer and campaign communities seem oddly split. I like multiplayer stuff too. It's interesting to see what units are meta in multiplayer compared to single player. Artillery is probably the biggest difference. Artillery in single player, excellent. Artillery in multiplayer, fragile and hard to defend. And single entities, I guess. Single entities are a little worse. But we are in the finals for today. There is possibly 2 games left. It's Dwarves versus Skaven, though, so I don't like Pugnabone's odds. This is a very hard matchup for the Dowie. The brave Dwarves of Clan England. He's a scrappy one, though. Maybe he'll pull it out. Picklefather Nurgle, are you excited for Nurgle in Game 3, or... If not, I don't know what your name's about, but... Maybe. Regardless, I'm trying to decide whether I'm excited for Cathay or not, because they're a lot like Skaven, which is my favorite faction. But then again, they are crimping Skaven style, so maybe I should hate them out of principle. I don't know. Their campaign looks really fun. I know that for sure. Kislev's probably going to be my favorite campaign, though, because I love just the concept of fighting against the Endless Void. Just sounds really awesome. Cathay is human cosplaying as dwarves with magic. But all their lords are dragons. Grandfather and Urgent to rewatch that Pickle Rick episode. Now I'm going through a phase. Pickle Rick! I recently did a Rick and Morty thumbnail for one of my videos for the Whirly Durly. Like, Skaven can play more mobile than Cathay. Doubt. Gonna play Cathay to get that Terracotta Sentinel. I'm wondering if he'll be like the Hyro Titan, in where he's really cool looking, but then in practice he's actually bad. I am curious. Alright, for Pugnabone and the dwarves, we have triple cannon. Good pick. Dwarf warriors, dwarf warriors, dwarf warriors. So 5 of them. 5 longbeards, rangers, quarrelers, and quarrelers. So no gyrocopters. We have Belagar Ironhammer as Lord. And he picked Clan Angren because they have ghost heroes, but then he juked him out by not taking any of the ghost heroes. So hopefully this Skaven took some magic damage assets they don't need. I like how new people are joining this YouTube, and you guys just keep bringing up vague references to a game I play on Twitch because you people voted for it. This is a democracy, and you people voted for the anime tank game, and now you're throwing it in all the new people's face of, this is some weird anime tank game guy. And I'm like, but you voted for... you chasing rainbows. You've betrayed me yet again. For the Skaven, Death Runners, Wolf Rats in the vanguard. Front line of Skaven slaves. Secondary line of Clan Rats. We have Natty Booba Sharpshooters. Doom Flayers, double Doom Wheel, including Icket Claw, Plague Claw Catapult, Plague Monk Sensor Bearers, an Assassin, and no Vanguard over there. Alright, Papa Palpatine's doing it for the people because this is not a good build versus dwarves at all. Doom Wheels suck versus dwarves. Doom Wheels are abysmal versus dwarves. And unfortunately, so are the Doom Flayers. So Papa Palpatine's not going to win this. I'm calling it right now. Skaven are 100% fucked. Democracy is overrated. Return to communism. Embrace Nurgle communism. Communism would probably bring me back. Yes, communism probably still bring me back to that frickin' tank dating simulator. I do, okay, the Twitch streams I have of the Tank Girl dating simulator is fun, but it's because I'm shitting on it the whole time. Alright. If your units have to stay to deal damage, you just have to stay. They stole stuff from the Gazelles, not enough Doom Wheels. The Dwarven Lunchbox, a metal shell with sweets inside. This is a Dwarven Lunchbox, but I don't think those sweets are too sweet. I think it's going to be a bad time. So if I were the Dwarf player right now, I would just throw 1 cannon at a Doom Wheel, 1 cannon at the Plague Claw Catapult, and 1 cannon at Icket Claw, and then leave them there. And that way, you're getting guaranteed value on the Plague Claw Catapults because they can't dodge. And then you're also forcing Papa Palpatine to dodge with both his Lord and his most valuable asset, rather than bringing them up to fight you. And that'll probably be a good way to get some value. Probably. Because otherwise I would say shoot the Jezzails, but the Jezzails are stalking because they're Natty Boobos, so he can't even see them yet. Looks like Pugnabone is going to start shooting the Plague Sensor Bears. Don't know why you would do that. They only have 10 armor and you have 6 archers, so if they get close at all, you can just immediately kill them. Probably. What is this Skaven army, Zero? Papa Palpatine probably decided to play nice and not take Poison Wind in a 4-fun tournament when he's already 1-0 up and this matchup's abysmal. Sexy armored dwarves with large beards. Okay, that kind of sweet I can get behind. Where are these cannons shooting? Oh, they're shooting at the Doom Flayers now. That's not an... I mean, if you can hit them, that's a good target. It'll do a ton of damage, but they're tiny. And they're kind of janky about how they move, so your cannons are going to have a tough time hitting them. Doom Wheels are safer. Icket Claw's safer. Really should take out these Plague Claws. Cannons will destroy Plague Claw Catapults super quickly. And if you don't, look at all these boxed up Rangers that are just going to take so much damage. Alright, good. He moved the last second for that one. Jezzails are taking out this cannon crew, though, so Pugnabone is going to have to move forward a little bit and figure out, you know, where they are and shoot them. Good to know, I hope not. Do female dwarves have beards? 0. Did you see the double Gorgon versus Skaven? How dare he? Well, the double Gorgon versus Skaven won, so too bad. Alright, Death Runners are going to get on top of these Dwarf Warriors, and you want to see a Dwarf Warrior disappear? There they go. Wolf Rats trying to push their way through other Dwarf Warriors. And they largely do. Wow, they run right through there. Good for you, little Wolf Rats. Good for you. But the Rangers are taking their toll. You can see the Black Monk Sensor Bears are getting deleted. Over here, Death Runners are even taking a bunch of damage from all these Rangers. But the cannons are now shooting Plague Claw catapults, which might be a little bit too late, because now the Wheels of Doom are in here. Dwarf Thing Menaces are in here, and now there's other stuff for you to be shooting, so this could get a little tricky. Where's Ikit? Alright, Ikit's way over there. He's doing fine. Plague Claws are still firing in a little bit. And we have a bunch of tiny little arrows, most likely coming for the Dwarf Thing Menace. Death Runners are routed off by all these Rangers, and an Assassin is here to party with Belegar, and Belegar decides not to. He didn't want that invitation. He's going to go home and read a book. Balance Power is dead even, but now the Skaven are here in the front lines. Probably take these cannons, put them onto Ikit since he's right in front of them, get some good value there. Or the Dwarf Thing Menaces. Either one, but you gotta get that value right now. Plague Claw Catapult is not at all your concern at this point in the game. Belegar jumps back in on the Assassin. How are we doing on cannons? This crew's back online with 1. This crew's here with all 3 cannon models still, even if they're a little wounded. Jezzails are running out of ammunition, which is quite nice. Crack's Call is coming down. Alright, Palpatine... Palpatine's memeing hard. It doesn't do, like, any damage to the Longbeards. Cannon's still firing. Now they're firing at the Jezzails. Again, I think you should take out these Doom Wheels. They are going to be a big problem for you if you don't focus fire on them. Now, when I said Doom Wheels are bad, it's obvious because they can get shot. But if you don't shoot them, then they can't get shot. Plague Claw landing a few hits. Dwarf Warriors and Belegar trying to beat up this Assassin. Dwarf Warriors are winning the frontline fight. Maybe they can move up and shut down those Jezzails. Plague Claw Sensor Bears are very low. But what's going to stop Ikit at this point? Not a lot. These Rangers are all getting shut down. We have some Longbeards chilling. Their best bet is to probably clump up, but they have some Longbeards running off into the distance. Longbeards over here chasing down the Natty Boobos, and that one's a good choice. Just maybe overcommitting to it a little bit. Because Ikit will actually lose if you pile up on him with all these Longbeards. I still think the Dwarves are in a good spot here. I can't believe in Ikit and another Doom Wheel and Doom Flayers to carry the day. They're just so terribly bad that I don't believe it. Is Palpatine going to join XMT? I don't know. He is an extreme memer. T-34 is fine. Only anime tank that could get me hyped is the KV-2. I don't know if the KV-2's in that game. You'd have to ask Cyrus. I don't know that much about it. Wheels of Doom, trying to go fight Belegar. Go for a chariot. They do surprisingly no damage at all. And he just turns and beats it up. So he's beating this anti-infantry armored chariot because reasons. Because reasons. Rangers are having a bad time. Ikit's going to rout them off. Plague Claw's still firing, and it looks like some Longbeards are being committed to that. Longbeards over here being committed to chasing down Natty Boobos. Longbeards over here chasing down some Shattered units. That's a lot of Longbeards very far away from the fight that matters, I guess. Because this one's okay. Shutting down that Plague Claw after all this time, I guess, is fine. And 1 chasing Natty Boobos is fine, but all those, you might want them over here. Because the worst thing you can do at this point is get separated and then chain routed off. So the Dwarves have just got to blob up. Because even Longbeards, man, like even Dwarf Warriors, look at them. Look at them ticking down damage on this big old Doom Wheel. They don't need armor piercing. They just need faith. Faith in their beards. Alright. Quarrelers trying to rally. Ikit Claw's running over them with Dwarf Warriors nearby. Plague Claw Catapult is getting shut down. Longbeard shutting down Natty Boobo's sharpshooters. These other Longbeards are going to just leave those Skaven slaves, and that's smart. They literally don't matter. After Natty Boobos are killed and the Plague Claw's killed, the only thing that matters are these 2 Doom Wheels. Dwarf Thing menaces running around, doing their thing. Good for you. Assassin's gonna sneak up on these quarrelers. I don't know where this cannon crew's going, but they're trying to find their home. Sad the KV2 is in Girls in Panzer, though. Is it? I don't know. Death Runners have rallied, and they're immediately going to unrally. Human Boy, I will send you something sad after this game. Thank you? Is that a thank you? Do I thank him for that? Alright. It gets super low, as you can see, because he's fighting Longbeards, and he's only armored and anti-infantry, and they're not armor-piercing, so... It's perfectly reasonable that they would kick his ass. Wheels of Doom charge in. Also start getting their ass kicked. Rangers are going to shoot them, and the dwarves have pretty much got this. Pretty much. Natty Booba Sharpshooter is somehow still alive versus these Longbeards. It feels like it's taking longer than it should. Plague Paw crew running from more Longbeards. Ikit in the Wheels of Doom are so wounded. And it looks like the Dwarf Thing Menace is going to fight once more. Though maybe these cannons can get back online. Go, cannons, go! 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 They are manning one gun. But no! The Dwarf Thing Menace! No! Oh, they're immediately punted. No, all their dwarvish dreams of firing their cannon. Gone and squandered. That's sad. All this tank talk makes me want to play CTA Gates of Hell. What's CTA? It makes me want to play battle tanks from the N64, but maybe I'm just old. Watch all these dwarves get crushed by a wheel. If you don't know the heavy metal song that introduced that game, you didn't have a real childhood. Ikit would call you a boomer. I am a boomer. Look at the Wheels of Doom getting killed by basic infantry. Ah, it's joyous. It's a joyous day to be a Skaven chariot. Yes, break. Break, you cowardly ROR. Bounce power is very dwarf favorite at this point. And, Pop Palpatine is suffering the fate for thinking that armored anti-infantry chariots did anything versus dwarves. World of Tanks is fun, but it's a huge money and time sink. Nah, dude. Nah, dude. I was talking about battle tanks with the N64. What are you doing? I think my brother played World of Tanks a lot, actually. I have not. Ikit zapping himself with Warp Lightning before running over some Longbeards. Classic. Classic. And Army Losses comes in for the Skaven, ending this tragedy. We're going to Game 3! Woo! Ikit would call you an ugly man thing. It's good to know this stream is as hurtful as ever. In terms of value, Longbeards got good value, I guess. Rangers did okay. Quarrelers did okay. Cannons did okay. The whole dwarf army just did okay. Ikit partied like it's 1999. Other than that, we rode the struggle bus all the way back to the station. Natty Boobas did okay. Plague Claw did okay. Wheels of Doom and the Dwarf Thing Menace almost paid for themselves, but neither did. GG, well played. The last game. The last game that counts. Greenskin's Chaos, yes. Just making sure I have the map right. Because for that we could do Southern Chaos Wastes. That's a good one. Last game. Last game. Then I can end the stream. Or I'll go stream something else. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I have things to do. but it's hard to tell when I should do those things. CTA Gates of Hell is a World War II RTS. Ooh, that sounds nice. It's a grudge. Yeah, I haven't played World of Tanks. I played World of Warships a little bit. Command and Conquer? Dude, Command and Conquer's so good. I've played every Command and Conquer game. Yeah, every Command and Conquer game ever made, because they stopped making them. But super good. More tanks are getting posted in my Discord. This has all gone to hell. For Poland just sent me this. This is so funny. Right screen. There it is. It's because dwarves have bronze shields or whatever. 55% block on the little goblin shield, 35 on the giant dwarven shield. That's pretty funny. I mean, it's tragic, but it's pretty funny too. It could be both. Alrighty. Red Alert 2? Dude, Red Alert 2 was maybe the best RTS game I've ever played. The DLC for it, Yuri's Revenge, wasn't very great, but it was good. It was good. I loved playing the online maps so much. Cyrus, who called you ugly? I forget, honestly. It happens a lot. I think it was Jeremy. Ickett would call you an ugly man. Yeah, so it's Jeremy. Red Alert 2 is super good. The thing about Red Alert 1 and 2, though, is that in both, the Soviets were just better. In Red Alert 1, you could just heavy tank spam and win any game because tanks were so good. They were decent against infantry, tanky, cheap enough. They fired 2 shells instead of 1. They were just so good. And then in Red Alert 2, Soviet infantry was cheaper and you could get a lot more of it, so that way it was better. Their anti-air troopers were better. Their tanks were better. It's the only thing they suffered for was Navy, debatably. And then air power, debatably. But Kirov airships were super good in Red Alert 2. So the air power is kind of like a meh. And when you think about their base defenses, Tesla coils and sentry guns were so much better than prism towers and pillboxes. Red Alert 2 is fantastic, but I love Dawn of War with the unification mod. It might be my favorite RTS ever. I don't know if I've ever played Dawn of War. I only heard about it within like the last year, honestly. Yuri's Revenge wasn't great. Yuri's Revenge wasn't great. It added some decent units. Like, it can add a couple decent units, but on the whole, still not be great. Right? I didn't think the campaign was that great. I didn't think Yuri's sub-faction was that great. I will say it added a lot of cool multiplayer maps because they really leaned into the different stuff. Like those capturable buildings that gave you special buffs. Rather than trying to just make like, here's a box with some buildings, fight on it. They actually made like island maps. They made naval assault maps. They made cool cool bridge maps where you could shut down bridges and you'd have to repair them if you want to get over. Like, so that Yuri's Revenge added some cool stuff, but on the whole, I don't think it was the most solid DLC. And Yuri's faction sucked ass. Yuri's faction sucked ass. It was so bad. Now, the AI Yuri was really good, but that's because Yuri's faction required so much micro that an AI could mind control all your units before the battle started, and a player would click on like 2 units out of 20 before the battle started, so very big difference there. And we're into the final game of the tournament today. It is XMT Pugnabone versus DBD Papa Palpatine. And Papa Palpatine has been playing completely 100% seriously this whole time, and it has come down to this final battle. Yep, he did not meme at all in that Skaven game. That was super serious. He was a big, serious man. We have Zarthoriel the Ever-Chicken. We have Exalted Hero with nothing. That is a naked Exalted Hero on a horsey. Chaos Marauder frontline, looks about right. Chaos Warriors with great weapons and Mirror Guard backline. Chaos Knights with lances, 2 of them. Yes, you'll love to see the heavy Chaos Cav. And 3 Marauder Horsemen just for a little bit of skirmish presence with 2 dogs to support them. On the greenskin side, we have Goblin Wolf Riders mixed in with Spider Riders, including the Morgan's Mangy Marauders armor-piercing ROR. 4 Goblins. Nope, 3 Goblins. Forest Goblin Spider Riders, 2 of them in the very far back. The melee variant, we have triple Black Orc, double Stone Troll, a Goblin... Oh, fuck, they moved. A Goblin Big... Fuck, they moved. Goblin Big Boss, another Goblin Big Boss. Do they both? They both have They Need Stabbing. And we have the Dancing Man Wurzag. Let's fucking go. Look at him. Look at him dancing. Let's go. Back then he wasn't very good at RTS games. I'm still not very good at RTS games. And Jeremy, can you fast forward? I don't know. Consult with physics. Fast forwarding in real time is tough. Anybody in VOD land can fast forward, but not at the present moment. Look at him go! He's just having the time of his life. He's just dancing. He's just dancing. You can see him dancing from a mile away. Look at him go! Look at him go! These little goblin chieftains have too much armor on, though. They look like they're drowning in it. And he's just dancing! And his guys behind him want to dance, but they can't. They don't have the moves. And we're off. Greenskins have a significant skirmish advantage. They should try to delay the engagement as long as possible, use all their ammunition, and keep their backline safe till their enemy is thoroughly depleted. As for Chaos, they just want to get in there and fight. They want to get in there and fight as fast as possible. Jeremy saying physics can't stop him and already knows the ending to this game and says it's going to be crazy. Alright. Alright, dude. Sarthoriel's running out there, taking some free poke, but, you know, he's unbreakable. He's fine. He doesn't care. He also has, like, pretty crazy missile resist, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he's 50% missile resistance, so he doesn't care. Goblin Wolf Riders are just tickling him. For Chaos, what to do, what to do. I mean, you're outnumbered 2-1 in the skirmish game. And they're fast enough to outrun you. Chaos Warhounds might be overcommitting a little bit. Nah, they're running back. Just a momentary lapse there. Nobody beats Wurzag in Just Dance. True. He is the boogie boy. Morgan's Mangy Marauders firing in onto these Chaos Marauders. They are shielded, and they're chaff, so I guess that's fine. Greenskins are using a lot of their ammunition, though the Greenskins are not pulling back, so it looks like they are just going to take the frontline fight and not fully abuse their skirmish prowess. Ballsy. Stone Troll's running in on top of Zarthoriel, trying to maybe beat him down a little bit, but if he overcasts Final Trans in this area, he will do a lot of damage. Ooh, especially with these 2 Goblin Big Bosses. Alright, if he has Final Trans, he should definitely cast it, and he is. And you're going to see these little guys, their health pool is tiny. So they're actually going to get nuked down if the Final Trans hits them. There. Now it's getting some good hits in. Aside from that, what else do we have? We have Here We Go for 40 more melee attack. And the Goblin Big Bosses are doing a lot of damage to Zarthoriel while they are also getting worked on themselves. So it was not a one-sided trade by any means. Now the Greenskins, wherever the front line of Chaos touches, are having a little bit of trouble. Zarthoriel's going to pull away. One of the Goblin Big Bosses is routing. The other one is soon to be with this Exalted Hero on top of him. And Zarthoriel is fine. He can now just function the rest of the game as a caster and focus on not getting killed. This central pocket here with 2 units of Black Orcs standing right on top of each other next to Wurzag. Something terrible needs to happen to these people, but Zarthoriel doesn't have the mana for it at the moment. The other Goblin Big Boss is routing, and it looks like Papa Palpatine, since he can't punish this blob effectively right now, he's just going to try to run everywhere else on the map and take out everything. Take out everything besides the double Black Orcs that are standing right here. The Stone Trolls tear her out off just from Zarthoriel walking nearby, so that's pretty funny. And that'll leave just the Black Orcs and Wurzag. I don't think this is a wise engagement to throw the Exalted Hero into Wurzag like that. Palpatine might just pull him out. Skirmish Cav for Chaos is going to focus on running down all these routing units to make sure they stay routing. So is Sartorial. He's largely immune to missile attacks, 50% resistance on missile attacks that are already pretty pathetic. And these Chaos Knights with Lances are maybe thinking about a rear charge on these Black Orcs here. That would be nice if it comes to pass. These other Chaos Knights with Lances are fighting Black Orcs, but with Wa currently active, the Black Orcs are getting better into that trade. And here comes the rear charge. Black Orcs, brace your butts! They did not brace their butts. They went flying. So that was some good damage over there. Hard to really tell what Black Orcs units was affecting, but now this big route parade that Chaos was trying to keep going, it looks like some rallies happened, and then they all ganged up on these poor Chaos Skirmish Cav who are now getting murdered. So Thoriel and some Chaos Knights Lances, though, team up on the Goblin Big Boss and just immediately take him out. Chaos Warriors with great weapons over here getting brain bursted, but still trading decently effectively against the Black Orcs and soon to take them out. Physics doesn't mean shit if you've got family, Dominic Torrento. You mean Chaos Knights on donkeys? They're on horses. They're doing great. Momentary rally from the Greenskins does appear to be fading on that far side. Now Dogs and Chaos Knights are taking care of business, though the Greenskins are still ahead on the balance of power. It does not feel that way. I am suspect. Though I guess Chaos doesn't have a whole lot left either. They're pretty tattered. They have this one unit of Chaos Warriors that's very healthy. They have a half-health Exalted Hero. Sartorial's very injured, but he's a caster. And he has 2 Chaos Knights with Lances. I guess I believe in the Chaos Knights with Lances more than the game does. Because what do the Greenskins have? They have some out-of-ammo Skirmish Cav that doesn't matter. 1 unit of very damaged Black Orcs, 2 units of very damaged Black Orcs, a Stone Troll unit that's probably going to rout here quickly. And I guess I'm just not a believer. I also haven't seen a final trans from Sartorial. I would like to see that pretty soon. Either throw that onto Wurzag or onto these Stone Trolls. They need Stab in his cast onto Sartorial, and he's going to immediately pull away. Mirror Guard are still fighting. Over here, Chaos Warriors and Great Boots are fighting. Alright, it looks like the Greenskins might actually have this. The Stone Trolls held better than I thought they would have. And this little Goblin War Boss is just going to charge straight at Sartorial, who still has They Need Stabbing on. Looks like they're all going to charge down on these Black Orcs down this hill. Try to get good value there. And is that the final trans of Legend? That is the final trans of Legend. Now, it looks like a lot of these units are moving outside of the final trans, except for Wurzag isn't. He's unfortunately still caught in it and does take a good amount of damage. Exalted Hero charges back in, and he's going to try to rear attack Wurzag here. These Black Orcs are finally losing that fight with the healthy Chaos Warriors. Both the Chaos Knights are getting very low on health, but they're trying to hold on just long enough to get these Stone Trolls out of here. The Exalted Hero is trying to duel with Wurzag, and it looks like he does bring Wurzag low, even negative in the leadership department for just a little bit. So Thoriel diving over here, trying to terror off some more forces. The Chaos Knights with Lances are trying to rally, but they're going to get rear charged by Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. Never mind, they pull away just at the last second to go fight Sartorial instead. Exalted Hero is falling down to these Stone Trolls who did rally, and he will pull away just barely in the nick of time. So what do we have left? A couple Chaos Knights who are very, very, very injured. Exalted Hero, who is also quite injured. Sartorial, again, injured but unbreakable. But these last couple arrow shots might actually take out the Exalted Hero. No, he's going to hang on. Chaos Marauder is going to try to break the charge of these Stone Trolls and immediately rout, and them routing might actually drag that hero with them. Last couple shots from the Greenskins, fading away now. Chaos Warriors Great Woods fighting some Black Orcs. And this has been kind of nuts. A Gaze of Mork trying to finish off that Exalted Hero. He doesn't quite break, and he rallies. This is getting a little nuts. The bounce power is very much favoring the Greenskins right now, but mass routes are a thing. So we'll see. Exalted Hero, ooh, him routing is actually big, though, because he was a lot of the dueling potential against Wurzag. Goblin Wolf Riders trying to fight against Chaos Knights and Sartorial. Not going to go super great for them. Chaos Knights over here trying to break this pocket, but all of that holds, and if that holds, the Chaos Knights are going to break, and it looks like Pugnabone might just take this. I don't really see Chaos having enough left in the fight at this point. I guess his only chance would be to snipe out Wurzag, and it looks like Sartorial is going to do just that. He's running forward. Another Gaze of Mork comes and hits the Exalted Hero, routes him off. Sartorial should definitely be hard pathing towards Wurzag. He's on foot. He cannot run Sartorial. And maybe if the big chicken can kill Wurzag, it'll cause a leadership debuff so bad that all of the greenskins will break. Maybe. So Thoriel's pathing for him. He's going. Oh, he stops for some reason. Plague of Rust cast onto Wurzag, but as he gets trapped up, he's taking a ton of damage in the back. And he pushes away again. But there's a charge. Can he get away? I'm surprised he hasn't started his flying charge animation yet. There we go. Boop. Lands a nice hit onto Wurzag. And Stone Trolls are now surrounding him, so he's going to get beat up. He's going to get beat up. He's going to get beat up. He is going to get beat up, Human Boy said. There we go. He does. And that's GG. 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 Only Shrek and Archaon have donkeys. I guess. Why is Dorger a donkey? Black Orcs did great. Good job, Black Orcs. Skirmish Cav did really well. Stone Trolls did excellently, honestly. Yeah, it was pretty good. So Thoriel did well. Exalted Hero honestly did fine. I don't know what he costs. Chaos Warriors are great weapons. Chaos Knights did well. Marauder Horsemen didn't really do too great, and the Chaos Dogs also didn't do too great. That was great. GG, well played. That was nice. And Pugnabone is our winner today. He will send me a picture. As long as that picture is not rated R, I will put it up for our Discord. And that'll be your Discord picture for a week. And more people get mad at me saying, I can't keep track of what the fuck this Discord is. And I'll say, too bad, I guess. Until more people hate it than the people that like it. We'll keep doing it. Because it's a different kind of prize. I mean, it's like $5 Steam gift cards here and there. This is kind of fun. Alright. That's it for the stream today. I might stream later tonight. If I do, I will post that in the Discord. If not, you all have a fantastic evening. Goodbye.